know what's up with the Sadie, but she's feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good. Are you guys feeling pretty good?
Allie got her Mariah Carey on. Holy shit.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. People, you know what time it is? It is a midnight chat, orange attack. God damn, there's so much orange on there. It doesn't even fit our color scheme anymore. I gotta do something about that. People, welcome to the show. We are here. It's a midnight chat attack. We're chilling. We chilling like villains. Over here in the YouTube chat, we got Broke Black Man in the house. BBM, how you doing, sir? We got JP, who is on Blade. We got Ruthless, and we got Birdman. How you doing? How you doing, Birdman?
I'm here also.
Yes, and then we got the Ganja Guru, man, bringing back the hat. People are loving the hat. People think that you're looking sexy with that fucking thing.
I'm working it, baby. I'm working it.
Oh yeah. Wait. Oh. Stand up a little bit.
Why?
You son of a bitch, Bennett. You son of a themexcrement.com. You motherfucker.
I don't know if you fucked that up or did that on purpose.
I got support my Latinos, man. I went to go see Coco. I went to Taco Bell, and I'm wearing a Mexican shirt. Man.
Oh my
I'm doing
god.
everything
Now you're bringing
this story is true.
Probably a lot of it.
The Taco Bell.
Oh man, no. Actually, I want to see Coco. Maybe at some point we can watch that in one of those after hours things when that movie comes out. But speaking of those after hours things, I'm not gonna waste any time. Alan, tonight. Sorry, drink some water. It's not.
I was gonna say, is that a key for me, or are you drinking water, motherfucker?
No, that shit went down the wrong fucking pipe. Oh, holy shit! It's taking everything in my power not to cough on camera right now, or cough on mic.
Okay, well I'll take it over so you can mute yourself. Because as everyone's seen with the Facebook post, because The Last Jedi is coming out last week, we are going to be doing a Star Wars theme night for the After Hours viewing party. I'm going to put a link in the DT chat for you guys to vote on whether or not you actually want to watch movies, or if you'd rather watch just like Star Wars Rebels, the Clone War animated television show, or any of the other animated Star Wars stuff that came and spawned from the movies.
Sorry about that. I was busy talking on the YouTube chat and everything. But people know we are here. And yes, to everything Alan just said, I was listening because I was busy losing my fucking mind, choking to death on water, because water has betrayed me. Just like Ganja has betrayed us by being a Mexcrement fan. Fuck you. No, I'm just playing. No, Mexcellence, by the way. That's actually his old site, everybody. I don't know if you guys still go to Mexcellence.com and everything, but he sells t-shirts, merchandise, and, you know, stuff like that. So, yeah, definitely check that out for my boy Ganja. That's his friend. That's his buddy. They love each other. They want to hold each other.
Hey, man. Sammy's one of those first people that I met in the Double Toast community that was actually really nice to me. You know, right before he did all the shows and stuff and started hanging out with the crew. Like, I remember when he was just a Toasty just trying to hang out with everybody.
Yeah, man. No, and it's pretty cool. I'm glad that you know, there's people in this whole thing. Well, really quick, something fucked up here. I'm going to put it like this. I don't know what happened, but let me. I forgot to check something.
Yo, what the fuck?
Yep,
what's going on?
It's okay. We got this. I'm gonna switch it really quick. I meant to do this before the show, but it's too bad. Boom! There we go, people.
I was gonna say, did we go back to the first show?
Almost. That was actually a treat for all of y'all who watched the first episode of the Midnight Chat Tag. You know what I'm saying?
First episode. How about the fucking first 5 months?
Yeah, no, exactly. Yep. But no, man, we have changed a lot since then. Just imagine that the show used to be fucked up like that, showing the control panel and everything. But people...
I never actually saw that, because by the time I even showed up to the Midnight Chat Tag, it was like month 6. So y'all already started doing layouts and shit. So
Oh, no. We were doing layouts, but we always had those little boxes in the way for some fucking reason. Until we started using XSplit, we never could figure a way to get rid of those boxes.
Yeah, man, it was weird. But no, finally we figured it out, and it took a lot of me yelling at the computer for that to actually happen. But the thing is, Alan, speaking of Alan and Ganja too, both of you guys are doing so many good things that I'm not part of. Like, for instance, the Facebook thing. I want to make sure to let people know that we are still doing those, even though last night we did the show called the MCA Pixel Picks. And we're not going to be doing a segment based on that tonight because we already kind of did that last night. I don't want to do it again. But that's going to be our video game version of Flex and Chill. And I just want to remind people about that because, yeah, it was actually really fun. Like, Alan, did you have fun doing that last night, brother?
Oh, yeah, that was great because we were doing it with, co-host Ganja, and his internet just exploded. So we were just kind of looking at each other while in the middle of the show going, shit.
Hey, all I know is when I watched that back, it was hilarious because in my view, I thought I was talking and you guys were just listening because I just froze on Alan just like this.
Yeah, pretty much. It was fucked.
So I was like, yeah, I'm getting the audience. I'm getting my point across. They haven't said a word in like 5 minutes. What the fuck is going on?
And this is what it looks like, everybody. Our MCA Pixel Pick. So just wanted to let you guys know that that's there. If you guys want to go back and actually check that out, that'd be cool. Let us know what you think about that. Let us know if it fucking sucked, etc. But then also, on top of this show, we also want you guys to be part of this later on when we do certain things. Like, for instance, we do the Flexing Show. We review movies and tell people what movies we've watched recently. And we want you guys to do the exact same thing. We want to know what you guys like about video games and what video games you're currently playing. So hopefully we can kind of start doing that, especially now since the VGAs are done. PlayStation Experience is still happening tonight and tomorrow. Been a lot of shit going on. What are you laughing at, Kanji? You over there smiling
I'm laughing at the, if you go to the Double Toasted chat room, Rufus fucking went me my hat.
Oh. That's fucking messed up, man.
You don't know how true that is, man.
Oh, he knows this is 100% true, Ruthless. I see what you did there.
But here's the thing, though, and both chats are going at it too. You know I like how Double Toasted chat's doing that stuff with the gifts and everything. That's an advantage they have over the YouTube chat. So I'm sorry about that, YouTube chat. We have nothing that's like that right now. But then, oh, that's fucked up. But then on top of that too, you got the YouTube chat over here, and they're just being busy as shit too. So I love it, man. Attack the chat, attack each other. Whoever's saying more stuff, whoever's being more busy, that's the chat that we're gonna have on. So right now, I'm loving these gifts. I'm loving these memes. We're gonna keep it on there for a little bit. But YouTube chat, I'm looking at you too. If you guys do something I'm loving, I'm gonna put it right back on your ass just like that. So, anyways, with that said, though,
Nick is really involved in the conversation. He just forgets and just leaves up the wrong chat the whole time.
That might happen too.
It will happen.
Yeah, that will happen. I'm sorry. I'm just going to just fucking say it. Yes, that will happen because I fucking suck sometimes at my job. But the thing is, one thing that's part of my job that I don't think I suck at very much is giving you guys a link when, I know you guys' equipment's working. Because I have to be able to hear what the fuck you're saying. I can't be having some kind of reverb situation and things like that going on where I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. And I know you guys want to have your voices heard too. So make sure your mic is working. Make sure your webcam's working if you want to be on webcam. And make sure your internet's up to date too. I don't want no fucking problems when you come onto the show. When you come onto the show, make sure to hit me up on Facebook, on our Facebook page, the Midnight Chat Attack Facebook page. And Ganja Guru, why don't you tell them about that Facebook page, by the way, because there's a lot of stuff happening on there.
I would love to, but I gotta inform the people due to some technical problems. My computer decided to celebrate the fact that Jerusalem was packed out by Israel and decided to commit suicide on me, and it imploded. So for the next 14 days, it's gonna be Alan running the game show, y'all. So we're thinking about doing something kind of retro. Alan, what do you think? Will we do some like N64 games, some Super Nintendo games, something simple? That way we don't have to worry about your computer possibly imploding as well, like mine's.
My computer's a beast, but my internet sucks. So yeah, we'll probably do more retro stuff, so that way it doesn't look like the actual pixelated garbage that the games are. We're just gonna be going around. We might just have a situation where one of us plays something like classic, and the rest of us are just kind of conversating either about the game or whatever's going on in the chat. So we're gonna be doing a few things, but we want to keep it consistent. Every Friday, we're doing something video game related.
And not only that, like, because it's gonna be like more retro games, we're gonna be doing through certain emulators. We're not gonna tell you guys right through here because we don't want YouTube to get those guys, especially now net neutrality's about to die. But some of those emulators actually allow us to play multiplayer games, and we're gonna run a few of them by and see if we can actually get you guys on that. But the problem with that is with those emulators, you have to have the correct date, and you guys are gonna have to make sure you're in the right server. So we're gonna test this out very thoroughly. So for the next 2 weeks, y'all are like, oh, they were told us we were gonna play fucking Super Nintendo with them. It's probably because we were just trying to figure out codes and shit that we don't understand. I didn't take a mathematics or a computer course, and Alan is studying biology. It's not our forte.
Yeah, exactly. And by the way, too, if you guys want to come on, because sometimes, we've been trying to really build the YouTube chat a lot lately. So some of these people do not have Double Toasted accounts, don't even know what Double Toasted is, which is a great site. You should definitely sign up with them, free account. It's all good, but we'll get into that later on. But go to Facebook, type in the Midnight Chat Tag. It'll take you to this particular page, and see that right there. If you would like to come on to the December 9th edition of the Midnight Chat Tag last year, let me know in the comments below. Yes, if you guys let us know, I will be able to click on your name, send you a PM, get your bitch ass into this call. Not your bitch ass. You're not a bitch yet. I love you. But you can get into the call. That was awkward as fuck. You can get into the call, and it will be awesome. And you can talk with us, get your opinion across. We don't have to read it on the YouTube stream, and then also get to hear that beautiful, beautiful fucking voice. Ganja Guru, there are rules though, brother. Why don't you tell them about these motherfucking rules,
man?
Sir?
I plan to lay down the rules like the double chat room got Mesa Dong in there, man. I'm gonna lay down shit like Communist China. So show those beautiful rules.
What?
You know what I'm talking about. Number one, newcomers join the call first, folks. We're all about those new, fresh smelling faces. If you're an old face, we don't want you. Go to the Google Hangouts. But those new, fresh faces, man, we're always open to you guys. So remember, guys, newcomers join the call first. Rule number 2: do not talk over each other. I was waiting for Nick to lose his mind because usually he tends to, and I was ready to shoot
sorry about that. I was reading the chat.
But Guys, keep this in mind. Do not talk over each other because it ruins later audio quality and viewing for people who want to watch it later. Rule number 3. Please know none of this is kind of basic when it comes to YouTube. They want to keep the titties inside your shirt because they're not getting paid for titties. They're just getting paid for advertisement. And for some reason, Snickers does not like nipples. So, guys, keep it inside your shirt. Rule number 4, do not give anyone else the link. We have a planned show and that includes on for certain topics and for certain parts of the conversation. So, if you're handing out the link, you're gone, and so is their dumbass who clicked it. Rule number 5, read the rules. And, Allie, girl, I hope your mother is gone.
Don't be a dick.
Yes!
Yeah. I'm sorry, I was laughing throughout the whole thing because Alan killed me. Alan goes, you dechanted the thing and the...
Explain to me what God just said before the rules, and I will type it in there, but that's what I fucking heard.
That's the funniest shit.
I'm mad, yo, because in the when we hang out in our after hours or just us fucking around when we're just doing meetings and stuff, Alan has to sometimes translate for me because there are a few nights that I take the weed a little too far or certain other substances that I'm a fan of, and I just turn into this slurring motherfucker for some reason, and Alan has to become my coded translator.
It's ridiculous. He'll be like, and then he basically just means he had a nice day. Every time. Sometimes I just get mad too, where it's like, what did you think you fucking said?
And Dijon, I will only commit a genocide if you break the rules, sir.
Yeah, do not break them goddamn rules. But over here too, I like how Red Robot King is celebrating the Ringside Hangout Love in here too. He's saying that fuck gender. Nick is always losing his mind. YouTube chat is a gender mahal of the chat. Just because we feed you doesn't mean you're over. Oh, that's fucked up. But yeah, and BBM saying the Last Jedi comes out Friday, but last shows are the Thursday, right? Yes. Well, the last show is going to be on Wednesday that we're going to be doing. So yeah, I mean, we'll see you on that Wednesday. That'll be the midweek. And then, I mean, do you think we're going to do? Now I got the ganjas. I love that. We got the ganjas. No, but do you think we might be doing a Star Wars viewing party after the midweek next week as well, or is it just for tonight?
No, it's just for tonight because we don't want to like do too many of the after hours stuff. So it's just like we're just doing it for tonight. And in the straw poll, what you'll see is basically a choice between either some of the Star Wars movies or the other stuff. Because last year we watched Force Awakens and Rogue One, and that was probably the most hectic, to this day, the most hectic fucking after hours period we had. It was for 2 hours straight, nonstop yelling and making jokes. It was like Kidnapped in Austin times 100. And it was fucking crazy. We created the rules of shutting the fuck up during the party because of last year.
Yeah,
we do not want another one.
Yeah, it was really Star Wars that kicked that shit off. Like, we thought it was gonna be Comic Collective, but we had a lot of people that, especially from the Children of Toast, and I think we were posting back on the refugee page back then as well.
Really?
A lot of first timers came through, and they did not know any kinds of concept of like, hey, we're watching a movie. You can talk about it, but don't bring up your college essay plans that you got for the next 4 years.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
there was at one point we were watching Star Wars Rogue One, and people were literally talking about what was it, My Little Pony at one point because the trailer had just dropped.
Oh
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
I was like, what the fuck? I mean, people like, I'm not saying that we're complaining about you or anything either. Like, we're not saying that. But what we're saying though is like, there is people that are not us that don't want all that yelling or all that talking, and we just have a duty for us to do. Duty, hey, funny, right? No, but we have a responsibility that we need to make sure that they're enjoying themselves as well. You know, we don't want to make it where people just like, oh, I'd rather just go watch this by myself because blah, blah, blah. We want the community to get together, to hang out, to be all nice and sweaty up against each other in just the most awkward sexual positions possible. We just want to, you know what I'm saying? So definitely come to the after hours. We're normal.
For the most,
After that,
only the strong survive.
Well, and Gary's that's the main perpetuating motherfucker. He was one of some of the ponies.
I love how he just magically popped up like, I love ponies.
Well, earlier,
Really?
and then he says, bitch.
Bitch.
Bitch, I love ponies, bitch. Hey, Ganja, can we get a little Ganja Eakin?
No.
I love ponies, bitch, and fuck you, Bird Man. I'm gonna grab you, Bird. I'm gonna fuck you, Bird. I'm gonna grab you, and I'm gonna fuck you like a pony. Ah!
It's been 4 days since he's done the Gary voice. Those are glorious 4 days.
It's 4
Yo,
days
man.
since the last.
Y'all joking? But like, I've started to keep doing the Gary voice. I did it for a solid week to annoy Alan, and my throat started hurting on that following Saturday. Like, it started to affect me physically.
Oh,
Hey,
man.
can't suck dick as much.
I know, he's like, that was a weird thing for you to say. It's
Hey,
like, my throat was
Alan,
hurting.
if you're willing to teach me the ways, man, I'm willing to learn.
Hey, from what we saw in that ice cream shop in New York, you're a master already, man.
Bitch, it was called the Chocolate Pip, and it was delicious.
And really quick, I just want to do a shout out to a fellow Toasty that's actually here in the chat right now. You guys will know exactly who it is, but he just said, "Hey, everybody," because he didn't want to spell out the entire word, and that's fine. But Julian Himmendinger, there he is, right there at the fuck, I almost forgot what it's called.
The Game Awards. Yeah, that was a couple days ago.
Yeah, a couple days ago, he was over there at the Video Game Awards having a good old time, standing right next to fucking the guy who was Iron Man's best friend in the first movie. What's his name? Terrence Howard.
Yeah, Terrence Howard.
No, but yeah, I don't know what the fuck was happening on screen for everybody to be laughing, like the guy in the bottom right over here, like, oh god, video games. But no, congratulations, Julian, for actually being over there, man. That's badass.
Nick, look, okay, keep the photo up, man, but look at the girl right behind Julian.
Oh, I'm not impressed.
Shit.
I do not give a fuck right now. I'm gonna actually want to show you this. There she is, right there. Let me see. Yeah, there she is, right there. She is grumpy though, man. Look at this guy. He's all sad, like, man, my wife left me over here. This fucking video game thing. This shit sucks.
I think that scene was when they just got what was it? Breath of the Wild just won. Like it just won Game of the Year.
Yeah, man. I mean, man, we'll talk about that some other time. But I gotta tell you though, I'm so happy about that shit. And if you guys want to hear more about that, there's a couple things we disagreed on. But if you guys want to look at what we talked about, VGAs and PlayStation Experience, check that shit out from last night, the Pixel Picks. And by the way, Medieval is a fucking great game, Alan. Fuck you, you're a bitch. So,
hey, I'm sure it was.
Man, Nick, for our MCA audience, if you guys watch Double Toasted, there's a female co-host in there called Danielle Delaire, and she sometimes says some of the weirdest, stupid shit. It all comes from the heart, and she's a great woman. But if you go to Double Toasted room chat, Dijon made a comment about what she said about the dude that committed genocide.
Oh, Lord.
And he posted a picture, dude. It's fucking hilarious. Just scroll up a little bit.
Oh, when Ganja comments,
he's just not understood. Oh.
When Ganja comments genocide on people who don't follow the rule, he's just not misunderstood. that was the problem, y'all. That's why I killed those innocent people. I was just unlonely. My mom didn't hug me enough. That was the problem for genocide, y'all. Hug your children. Stop genocide.
Yeah, Julian said Tekken Creator wasn't far behind him. Yeah, and I mean, and Julian actually took pictures. I didn't pull these up, but Julian took pictures with the guys who made Cuphead, which was really, really cool. And I know Jordan was probably talking shit like, oh, how dare you take pictures with those motherfuckers that drove me insane with this fucking difficulty in this video game. But, I mean,
I thought Julian was going to hang out with that dude that came onto the stage looking like Tim Burton with a bird nest on his fucking head. I was like, man, those are going to be drinking buddies right there.
No, but to move on, though, I mean, you guys already got a ton of the high score talk, the video game talk from the high score, and lots of things like that. So we're going to move on really quick, and we're going to move on to something that I'm really excited about, something that's I'm finally happy about something. But yes, Jurassic World 2. Oh my goodness. Yeah, dude.
Wow.
Hey, I thought I was a part of a group until I realized I was alone, and then I realized how embarrassing this looked.
I mean, I didn't want to continue on because no one wants to hear, but you put a whole production. I mean, that was amazing.
Man, I had fireworks to go off, and if you were with me a little longer, I probably would have burned my house down.
But okay, really quick, before we even continue, I'm gonna have Allie get a go at this first because do you give a fuck about Jurassic Park, and did you even care about Jurassic World at all?
I mean, I love the first movie. And then I didn't care about any of the others. I saw Jurassic World in theaters, and I liked the last 15 minutes. But the rest of it could kind of go.
God damn it.
Yeah, man. I honestly forgot they were making a sequel. And then someone just said like, oh, hey, the new trailer for a new Jurassic World. I'm like, oh, yeah, that is happening, isn't it? So, yeah, I watched it, and I was like, well, it's a movie.
God damn it.
Like,
I'm looking at it in the DT chat too. Whiskey Wolf was saying this trailer was garbage. Ruth is how to beat a dead dinosaur.
I didn't think it was garbage, but like, I'm not excited for it. There's nothing that stands out that I haven't seen before. You know.
Got to wipe his tears away as you're saying that, Allie.
Yeah, man, I'm sad. Like, you guys are hating on this movie. Meanwhile, it's not supposed to be fucking big thought production. It's a Jurassic Park film.
Dude, I know it's not, but it's just not. Oh, it's not like there's nothing in it that makes me excited. Like, I've seen so many movies with like a bunch of CGI action in it. I've seen other Jurassic Park movies that have had dinosaurs killing people or going crazy. not really a new concept, and it's just more of the same to me. I don't really see a lot in this trailer that they're doing anything new or innovative.
Yeah, I mean, what's your counterpoint?
Like you say, it's not new and innovative, but from the point I'm getting around, it seems like they're going around to actually trying to save the dinosaurs or try to figure out how long they've saved. No, it makes sense within the time span because think of all those animal activists who try to save a fucking squirrel out there in the random forest somewhere. I mean, if you have extinct species that were brought back to life, of course you have animal activists and a bunch of other countries trying to go out their way to save them, even if it's to bring their own tourist dollar up eventually by breeding them. But my core problem is with this is if they kind of did it with Jurassic World, like that was one of the reasons that they went back to the second island, I think, where was the island they experimented on, if I'm not correct, Nick.
Yeah,
and to try to save they tried to save the dinosaurs because there was going to be a natural disaster that came through and fucked them up. And then you had a bunch of poacher groups that were just looking to catch them and sell them off to the nearest bidder or some fucking what do they call it? They were talking about selling them to San Diego Zoo too at one point. Yeah. And it was just a whole movie against poaching. And from what I'm getting out of this, it seems like it's taking that same kind of cue and making it more about like, oh, we have to conserve the world, y'all. We got to save these species that were extinct once and then brought back. The one thing I'm disappointed on is they're bringing back Jeff Goldblum for it. And I have a feeling they're going to do some bullshit where it's just that courtroom scene. And he's not in throughout the whole film. It's just him talking to the senators, trying to get them to go and save those dinosaurs.
Yeah, and it's only because, like, another thing, too, I think is, like, it's some kind of resurgence going on with all these weird little things going on. Like, he's doing, like, these commercials, these Apartment.com commercials and things like that. And then on top of this, he was in Thor Ragnarok. And I'm kind of like, wait, is this like a weird little, like, ooh, by the way, he's still alive, y'all. We're going to do a whole bunch of shit with him. Just because he's at that point now where he's freshly old. He's freshly who gives a fuck. And it's like, it's kind of interesting in a way. I mean, I don't know. I hope that his character does something good. But Alan, what do you feel about this trailer and the franchise as a whole? And you seem to be enjoying, or not enjoying, but agreeing a lot with what Allie said.
I'm agreeing a lot with Ali said because it's the same kind of thing, but it's like something that Whiskey will to put out of the chat. I'm sorry, but as far as I'm concerned, the hero of this movie is the fucking volcano. Fuck those dinosaurs.
Fuck you.
Yes, they deserve to die, and I hope they burn in hell.
Okay,
every fucking park that they make this park of dinosaurs and wonder, and every time it just comes crashing down and they kill like thousands of fucking people, and some guy 20 years later goes, why don't we just do it again, because it worked well the last 15 fucking times, and now we see a volcano naturally wiping them the fuck out. I'm like, good, wipe them, kill them all.
This is the scientist talking, y'all, by the way, okay?
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't give a fuck about this poor, look at him. He just wants to fucking eat and just chill with his homies. He don't want nothing to do with you. He don't want to bother you. You guys came to him. You guys came to fucking Jurassic Parkland. They tell you his dinosaurs in.
Allie's not wrong, though, because Nick, fucking play the rest of that point of the trailer, man. It's literally the same thing out of every one of these movies. Like, the new dinosaur's going to fuck up the heroes. Wait. Build it up.
Hold on.
Oh, fuck you guys. Okay, I am pissed off. No, Allie, god damn it, you were on my side, Ganja. What the fuck?
How many times have they done the T-Rex thing where it's like, oh, okay, the T-Rex
He's the Darth Vader of this. He's the Darth Vader of the Jurassic Park world. He just shows up because everyone likes him.
Yeah, 5 times what Ganja just said. Yep.
Yeah, I've been pointing up 5 times. I think they've done it.
Yeah. Okay.
Almost every movie.
How many movies has it been? 4?
It's been 5.
No,
Yeah, it's like 5 movies now, sir.
Yeah.
Once per movie, man. It's a staple.
Oh my god, I'm getting a little nerdy mad because this is bullshit. Because look, I know you guys make sense. Like, dude, Allie, you're right. Like, oh my god, I did this like 100 fucking times. But the thing is, though, it's like it's a dinosaur movie. The T-Rex has to have his big fucking like it's fucking a T-Rex. It's like this happens with every one of those kinds of movies
where we've done every.
That Disney recently bought 20th Century Fox. So that means that they own the Xenomorphs and Alien franchise now.
Wait,
yeah,
they
but actually went through.
It's going through. From what I hear, it's going through. Like they're not.
Okay, there we go. Aliens versus Jurassic Park.
I'm not saying anything until actually it happens. Like
that's probably a good idea.
You know what? I believe this deal's going through. There's been so much hints and so much talk about it. I think at this point we're just waiting to hear like the official statement because Hollywood's been leaking this shit forever. Like you can't make moves like this without some fucking reporter getting their hands on it.
And I will say the 20th Century Fox like what do you call it, like stock market in them or whatever has definitely plummeted because Brian Singer is apparently some kind of like sexual harasser as well now. So like they're definitely
an asshole.
Yeah, like their value went down a lot recently because of that.
But
So,
Alan,
Never liked that guy.
that means Disney's gonna make an alien movie. Do you have faith in them doing it?
Oh my god, I'm laughing my ass off at the idea of a PG alien movie.
what's that to be PG?
See, I don't like this merging.
No, me
Allie, hold
neither.
on, think of it.
Hey,
Hold on.
hold on.
The Disney crew, they go to LV, they land on it, and it's just Mickey and Goofy. They're going through the planet's surface. Mickey gets jacked by one of the aliens.
The Xenomorph is going to show up in the next Kingdom Hearts game.
No, because we're making the joke that Dragon Ball Z, because we're making this joke that Fox owns like the Dragon Ball rights for the movies, so thinking that Dragon Ball Z characters are gonna be in Kingdom Hearts 4.
I was having fun with this, and y'all just fucked it up.
Exactly.
Okay, you know what? I hate to do this. Y'all. But you know what it reminds me of with Disney doing this shit to everybody? And I know we're kind of getting off topic a little bit, but it's all right. But I'm scared because it reminds me of this shit right here. WWE versus WCW, man. Like, that's a ruin fucking wrestling. And Disney's gonna ruin fucking movies and nerd culture by owning everything. So there's no reason to fucking, like, compete anymore.
I don't like this movie.
Yeah, I just pictured fucking Mickey Mouse coming out to the stage with Vince McMahon's "No chance" if that's what you got. Just doing that weird fucking Mickey walking shit.
Yeah, no shit.
But it's like I said last time, man. This quote-unquote competition has had complete garbage fucking products. So it's like, hey, if Disney owning Jurassic Park and fucking Aliens makes an incredible fucking, movie, I don't give a shit as long as the product is good, man.
They're so big at this point, though. I'm like, you know what, dude? What if this fucking happens where Disney just says, you know what? We're gonna buy DC too. Fuck it.
I would laugh my. I think they,
Marvel versus DC.
No, they should buy
Who knows
DC.
at this point?
That's the only
Might
way it's
be.
gonna happen. I'm just saying. And Julian says, but the mouse loves everyone, Nick, even wrestlers.
Man, the mouse loves everyone besides Jews. What you know about Walt Disney a little more there, Julian?
No, man. I'm just saying, dude. Like, I love Disney. I don't really like Marvel so very much, but I love Disney. I don't like the idea, just like what Allie said too. I don't like the idea of them owning everything. It's just, it's a little scary, and it's
it's just then we'll have more of the same type of formulaic films, which, like, hey, that works great for Marvel, like the MCU or whatever. But it's just like I'm liking what Fox was doing over with like X-Men. Not everything works, but like Deadpool, Logan, New Mutants, like all of those are very creative and different compared to the Avengers and Captain America and all of that over at Marvel. It's just different in a good way. Like, it's cool to have a little bit of variation of different comic book movies. So this is just gonna they're just gonna merge everything together, and it's just, we're not gonna have a lot of uniqueness in these. First of all, in these superhero movies, but then everything else that comes.
Yeah, exactly.
After that, yeah.
And one thing, before you even continue on, and we won't say a whole lot more about the Jurassic Park thing or whatever, but I do want to post this both in the DT chat and in the YouTube chat. That's the straw poll, everybody, so definitely click on that, and I'm going to just show the results so far. I'll keep going back and forth to this. But here we go. So people are saying shows and other non-movie related stuff for the Star Wars night thing. Awesome. Yep. Well, if people was one person, so I think that was Alan. People are voting now, 50-50. So we'll keep going back to this periodically. I'm sorry I didn't do that earlier, y'all, but it's just I'm slow. So it is what it is. Play as fuck up, man. No, but so yeah, definitely. Like, I'm gonna show it one more time just before you even go on. Yep, just one vote each, etc. So we'll see what happens. Oh, and movies are winning. We're gonna watch some Star Wars movies, and I'm not gonna be there because I fucking hate Star Wars so very much. Fuck Star Wars. Anyways, Jurassic World though.
You like 3 of the movies, whatever.
Still, that's not even a majority. That's a minority.
That's half.
And Force Awakens doesn't count. Actually, YouTube chat.
It does count.
No, Double
Does it not
Toasted and
count?
YouTube chat. Both. I want you guys to vote for me. Help me out, yo. No, people.
Good luck with that.
No, they'll help me out. Man, these are my people.
They're
Man.
not going to help you out.
I think they will. Allie thinks Force Awakens counts as a Star Wars movie. I feel like it doesn't because it's good. So I want both the Double Toasted chat to tell me how right I am and the YouTube chat. And whoever says I'm right more in whatever chat, that chat's going to be on the show the whole fucking entire time. Like, I will leave it on you guys because you guys are right, just like I am, because Force Awakens is not Star Wars.
Who the hell's gonna agree with you on this?
Yeah,
Because-
seriously, no one's going to agree with you.
Because Star Wars is bad and Force Awakens is good.
Dude, you love Empire Strikes Back. That's one of the original Star Wars movies.
I loved watching it.
Man, Nick, you were just digging a bigger and bigger hole, bro.
I know. Oh, see, look,
You
I'm
like
right.
staring at your screen for 2.5 hours?
No, actually, no, fuck that. No, BBM says Force Awakens was awesome. See? Right, told you. Damn, I know
That's
everything.
not saying the same. Like, he's not saying that it's not a Star Wars movie, though.
I think he's on my side. I'm just gonna
BBM,
assume.
is it a Star Wars movie?
No,
right
why do you
now?
have to ask questions?
Ooh,
Is it a Star Wars movie?
Answer the lady, BBM.
This is why I'm always
We're
nice to
waiting.
people so I can get them to fucking vote for me on something.
We're waiting.
Good
Well,
luck with that.
We'll
That's like
just.
saying that's like saying Prometheus isn't an alien movie. You might get some people on that'll be on your side for that one.
But no, we'll just talk about this. So anyways, Jurassic World. No, I feel like this is gonna be good. I do feel like when some people are actually saying that certain situations with this trailer, it's just not good. It's not a good trailer. It might be a good movie, but the trailer's not all that good. I feel the same way actually. I do feel like this movie is gonna be fucking awesome, but this trailer just didn't show me enough. Like for one, is T-Rex now trained to be fucking good now? Like he's a superhero, might as well give him a fucking cape. Like the whole thing about these dinosaurs was it was cool and scary, but then also awesome because they're animals at the end of the day. The animals are going to be like animals and do what they have to do to survive. They're going to be carnivores, etc. And fuck the DT chat. They're talking shit.
I love that shit.
I like how
chat for life.
I like how fucking Skull. He knows how to get me too. He's like, most horror movies are bad though. I was like, yeah, fuck. I haven't watched horror movies since the 80s. You fuck. Actually, since the 90s, I wasn't alive.
I guess he's
How
right then.
old are you?
I'm not.
Old
that.
as he wants to be.
I was
I
old
was like,
for 1
man,
year.
I haven't seen these movies since the 80s, bro. Like, I remember fucking being like 5 years old and shaving, watching fucking Hell's Kitchen, bro. It was great.
Okay, listen. I was alive for a year in the 80s, so I still count as an 80s child. So go fuck yourself.
No,
But-
that
That's
doesn't
like,
count.
man, that's like when 90s babies try to say, yeah, I was in the 90s, man. I was born 99.
Same thing. I was born in '89. It's all good. Anyways,
That does not matter, man.
numbers are not his
You were in
friend.
November of '89, so you were what in the
You
80s?
can't remember the 90s? That does not count. Same
Man.
thing with the 80s.
You know what? Wow, everyone just get on Ganja's side. Oh yeah, Ganja's like Mr. Chat
Well-
guy. Oh, everyone loves him. And fuck you.
Once a month, man. Somebody has to agree with him.
No, but like I said though, man. I mean, yeah, horror movies. Yeah, fuck it, Skull.
Julian said it the best. Mario Odyssey is not a Mario, game. Yeah.
Okay, no, Julian makes a point. See, he's right. He's smart. He's with it. Because Mario Odyssey is trying to be something that's not. It's trying to be Grand Theft Auto Mario. It's trying to do something different. Okay, it's,
Show me a clip where Mario is stealing a car from an old lady and curb stomping her.
But they can't
Then
do
I'll
that.
believe your ass.
Hold on, give me your car, bitch.
it's Mario 6. Come on, it's
Oh
just
fuck
like
no!
Sonic
Don't you
06.
fucking dare!
It's just like Sonic 06. Let's not try to fucking pull hairs here,
Anyone
dude.
said he's got a point. Mortal Kombat X is not a Mortal Kombat game because it's a fucking letter at the end of it. They should have just made Mortal Kombat 10, bro.
I mean, Julian does have a point. Metal Gear Phantom Pain isn't a Metal Gear game, so.
I think you said
That's
Phantom Limb.
Phantom Limb, you fucking man.
No, I like get it because the whole.
No! I was reading his thing again because I was like, Phantom Pain in my head because that's the actual title of the fucking game.
Ruth is in the DG chat saying Nick belongs in a fucking museum. Oh man, that's unfortunate. But yeah, man. So like I said though, I just can't wait for this fucking movie to come out. But people do make sense. I mean, I'm not gonna argue with anyone in that sense. Jurassic World 2 just seems like yeah, they're just like, hey, dinosaurs, right? And like people like me, I had to admit, dude, you put a dinosaur on the fucking screen, I'm gonna love it. I don't give a fuck if it's gonna be like all that good and make a lot of sense. I just want to see fucking T-Rexes just running around, just roar, and just fucking eating things. So
Sure.
I'm sold. I want to see it. I
Okay.
cannot wait. But anyways, moving on though. Moving on. Spider-Man Into the Spideyverse gets a trailer.
Yes.
Now,
like this.
Spider-Man: The Shattered Dimensions movie.
okay, so here's the thing. Man, I feel like I should not talk about like any kind of like African American culture things anymore.
Oh no.
Because I'm sorry. Why do they have to give this man rap music? It's Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's one thing. When Trey showed us earlier, Nick, man, it's a constant now. Hey, we got a black superhero. What are we playing? Either some Wu-Tang or some new shit we got that's a
Run the
remix.
jewels.
Or Run the Jewels. That's the three ones they go with so far. And then they'll do a horrible remix of some great speech later on, just to get people hyped up later.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't want to. I want to seem ignorant again because I actually made this mistake last time when we talked about this. We were talking about Black Panther, and we basically said some things that weren't very informed and knowledgeable about the trailer. So if they're gonna do that, they're gonna talk about quotes and things like that. I'm not gonna comment on those things because I don't know about those things. I have to, show you guys. I am ignorant and stuff. I don't know about this stuff. Ganja's a history guy. Alan knows a lot of history stuff. Allie knows her stuff too. I don't. I'm the dumb one. So apologies for that. But speaking fully on just the trailer itself, I love the animation. I love the animation. I mean, this looks fucking beautiful. I like how they're, I love the idea of a black Spider-Man, but I don't understand why every time you have a black superhero, it has to be like, I feel like there's a white dude in the fucking, in the production truck or whatever, and it's like, yo, black people like rap music, right? So let's yo all day, dog. And then they play this fucking music, and it's like, it's racist in itself. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like Luke Cage.
I think you're looking too much into it. I think they're just like, fuck it, just play something cool. Who cares?
I don't think it's racism. I think it's the same thing when you saw like some of the advertisement for Coco, where they were just based around like Latin culture. That unless you're a Mexican or a Latino, you're not going to get the joke or the inside prop of the advertisement. It's just play into the culture, man. That's just every advertisement, every corporation does that when they think they got a specialized product. And a lot of these old corporations, they have the old mentality of like, oh, this is a black main character, so this must be a black movie. Man, meanwhile, the characters just living a regular life that any kid could go through.
Yeah, like what does it well? Atlanta, the show on FX. That does it well because even though it has a little bit of the rap music and everything too, the characters and the whole world that they're in doesn't really placate to just like we're just being for black people. It's for everybody. You know what I mean?
Well, not only that, like the hip hop has a place in Atlanta because his cousin is a hip hop artist. Like he's a rapper, he makes beats and stuff. So it makes sense within the storyline that he's gonna have hip hop within his life because it's a constant within the show because it's one of the main characters' passion. The thing with this is like it's just making an assumption that Miles Morales, because he's black, likes hip hop. I always go back to Anthony, who was a black kid that always hung around us, didn't like the shit out of hip hop, but he knew a lot about Dr. Dre for some reason.
Yeah.
No, Snoop Dogg, which was a little confusing. But my point still stands. He likes more alternative music and EDM. So fucking Miles Morales could have been japping to like fucking Skullrix for all we know when he was doing those powers.
Well, the biggest thing too is like Black Panther lends itself to that culture and everything. Same with Luke Cage to an extent. I understand Luke Cage is in New York, in a very poor area of New York, and he's going against
all that, like the characters have a history with black culture. Like the Black Panthers were made by Stan Lee and them to actually reflect what was going on with the Black Power movements and a way for them to support it. And same with Luke Cage. Like it was one of the first times they were really trying to make a go at making a black hero from Harlem, one of the areas that you don't, especially back then, you didn't see heroes come from Harlem. That was like, having heroes come from the south side of Chicago in like modern day. There was very few people that actually cared to make hero stories about those characters. But Miles Morales is not one of those characters. He was created just so other kids could feel as Spider-Man because for a long time it's always been Peter Parker, who's always been a Caucasian kid from the Bronx. Or what was the other place he's from? No, Queens. He's from Queens, not the Bronx.
Yeah.
And this was a chance to actually make kids like, for me, example, because Miles Morales is actually half Puerto Rican. Everyone focused on the black part, but he was like the first like half Latino hero too from Marvel to really throw out there. That wasn't somewhat of a stereotype. So the fact that they're just throwing like, hey, black hero, black culture on him, it's just showing that they're just placating to it. Now, if you go back to what the actual substance of the trailer is, besides them just trying to play to that, it was actually really fucking amazing. Like the animation style, there was a few times that I can't tell if this is claymation or not. How good and clean it looks.
But Alan, what are you saying though?
Yeah, no, I agree with everything I'm saying. I think you guys are looking a little too deep into the music choice. I think they just said, hey, this music kind of sounds cool. Let's just play it because fuck it, why not? I don't think they were sitting there and having a chart of, does this fit in this culture? I think they just said, fuck it, this works. Like, they played Kanye West during an Assassin's Creed fucking trailer. They don't give a shit with rap music sometimes. But what God is getting at, the visuals, I was like, right away, I was like, holy shit. Because I was like, Spider-Man, multiverse, I'm already sold. I'm already going to watch it. But then watching it, I'm like, visually, I'm like, I like everything, but like the characters' kinds of faces are way too much of the anime stuff that I don't like. But I love how he looks in the costume. I love the design of the costume. It feels like it's a bit more updated than from the ones I've seen in the comic. I love the visual, just him just kind of walking around, just chilling, being Spider-Man. And I can't wait to see like some of the scenes when he's jumping over cars and he's going on the side of buses. Like the action in this is going to be fucking incredible. I actually like cannot wait to see this.
No, the thing is, I just want to show you something really quick. Like, I like the animation, but his face does look a little tiny weird because I can't help but see this. Like,
dude,
back and forth here, man. That is very
So is this just
bad.
focused on? Because I saw trailer. Is this movie just going to be simply focused on Miles Morales, and the
Yeah.
other characters are going to be side, or is it going to be like Shattered Dimensions, where Miles Morales is going to get his first like 5-10 minutes, then it's going to be the other Spider-Mans? Like, is it going to be more focused on him, or is it going to be like everyone's going to get their spotlight?
Well, there was some kind of quote in the trailer. I can't remember what it was. Maybe I could be wrong. So someone correct me if I'm wrong. But I could have sworn they mentioned something like, yeah, like it's us, like a Spider-Man, like I don't know, like I think Peter Parker's still alive or something, right? Like I forgot what it was.
Well, different universes, because Gaja will back me up on this, but basically, Miles Morales is created in an alternate universe, the Ultimate Universe, where they could do riskier things, they can get away with killing off characters, and that's where Miles Morales is. Peter Parker would be dead in Miles Morales' universe, but in another universe, he'd still be doing his thing.
Okay. Now, really quick, before you even continue on, Allie, did you see this trailer at all, girl?
I did not.
Seen as I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
Not.
No, but what do you feel about just like even these little tiny seconds that we're showing? Like, does this look alright to you or not really?
I mean, hey, it looks interesting.
Yeah.
Probably won't watch it, honestly.
He's just like, oh, you don't like it? There's somebody on the internet who's not going fucking nuts over this trailer right now? Oh, God. But yeah, everyone's flipping out about this. So I'm glad that you're saying that, because I disagree, by the way. I think it looks fucking amazing. I think you're wrong. But, I mean, no, it's nice to hear that.
It look amazing.
I don't know. I'm just trying to get mad about something.
Spider-Man is great, man. Like there's very few bad, like except for some of the shows, there's very few bad Spider-Man products. Like most of the games are good, about half the shows are good, and some of the movies are really
Not
good.
a bad Spider-Man product. Did he forget Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2?
Like I said, most of it is good though. Like most of Spider-Man products are pretty fucking good.
Did you forget the
Spider-Man 3?
fucking... Yeah,
Spider-Man 3 is amazing, and I'll fight anybody on that.
Dude,
That's
Man,
bad.
you and fucking Martin, bro.
dude.
I love Spider-Man 3, man. I'm just gonna say it.
How? I won't even get into that.
I love it because it's so bad, but
Wow.
you love it because you think it's good. It's
No,
different
it's
stuff.
one of those things where it's like, okay, is it one of the worst Spider-Man movies? Yes, of course. But honestly, like when I'm watching the movie and I'm just going through the progression of everything, I'm enjoying what I'm seeing. I'm enjoying the visual aesthetics of the black Spider-Man suit. I'm liking how it's changing his personality. I think that even though that strutting is completely fucking ridiculous, it fits the character better than I've seen someone do with the symbiote suit. The symbiote suit doesn't turn him into the fucking Punisher. It takes out what he thinks is evil, and he's this sheltered nerd. So him being evil is being a chauvinistic douchebag. Like it fits everything with the character so well, and I just had so much fun with the movie, as opposed to the depressing fuck show that was the second one.
Now, really quick, before you even continue, I just want to go to the YouTube chat really quick because, yeah, Julian's saying, fuck, the animation is so great. Yeah, Ruth is up here saying the second trailer needs to end with him saying, I am a Spider-Man. Which, yeah, that would be kind of cool. But, yeah, Red Robot King, thank you for telling us, man. But, yeah, I guess it comes out December 21st, 2018.
Wait, seriously? Oh.
No, 2018,
Wow.
not next week or whatever.
I was like, whoa, next week? Shit, I can't fucking wait.
Yeah, no, not next week. But yeah, man. Red Robot Kid saying, Alan, fuck you for Love You Spider-Man 3. You suck
I don't give a
ass.
shit.
And
All
then,
I know is fucking Whiskey Wolf agree with you.
oh, really? What did Whiskey Wolf say, by the way?
He
Is he?
said Spider-Man
He
3
said
is
it's great.
Oh, okay. He's saying over here. Yeah. Fucking Sky Gonzalez. Yeah. My goodness. Yeah, man. But I don't know what to think about this, man. I think it does look good. Honestly, it really does. But one thing that just frustrates me is the fact that, like, I don't know enough about this character so far, and when you're already doing something as simple as just like, oh, rap music to a black guy, it's like, okay, how generic is this going to be? Like, because he's young, is it going to do a bunch of young shit, like talking about video game references, and I'm going to go on my computer, mom.
I think you're looking too much into the choice of music. I think they had little to zero effort. They're like, we want to promote this song, and we're going to use the movie to promote this song.
And the
I
one
think
thing
that's probably
too-
as much thought.
No, I mean, yeah, that's the case with anything, really. I mean, that's just the way it is. But, like, even you brought up, like, Assassin's Creed, and they did it differently. They're not the same thing with Marvel, because Marvel does this with a lot of stuff. I remember, like, for instance, with Punisher, they had to play the Metallica song that's about war for the Punisher. And we'll get into Punisher later. I mean, man, we're going to have a big old fight about that shit.
Oh, we
But
will.
the-
Oh, we will.
But the thing that I hate about Marvel is, like, they have to do shit like that. Like, okay, Jessica Jones has fucking holes in her jeans. Let's play Nirvana. He has holes in his fucking jeans. Let's make sure to fucking get as generic and stereotypical as we possibly can for every character. Fucking Spider-Man Homecoming. I love Spider-Man Homecoming, but what I really hated about that goddamn trailer is that fucking song. Do you remember the name of the song for the Spider-Man Homecoming trailer?
Fuck you. I love that song.
That
Time to
fucking...
Pretend It. I would argue all day that song fit the perfect aspect of the trailer and what he was going through as a kid. But I digress. The song is called Time to Pretend It.
Yeah, yeah, the time to pretend, and that's the thing. Like you disagree with me that it was bad. The reason why I thought it was bad is because, like you said, it placated to his youth. It's like that song had a lot to do with youthfulness and growing up and coming of age. But it's like, damn, like hit me in the fucking head with that shit. Like, but he's young, people. He doesn't have no pubes on his balls, people. He is young. He don't got shit. He's a baby. Like, you know, like I get it.
But it wasn't something like it was so general because like the whole lyrics within the song of Time to Pretend is about the kids growing up and realizing life isn't going to be peachy as they want. Whereas this song, how the fuck does Vince Staple fit what Spider-Man's doing up here unless he says jump onto a building at one point in the lyrics?
Yeah. I don't even know, but all I'm saying though, man, it's just like this looks fucking great. It really does. I'm going to show not Alan. Alan's not great at all. I'm just joking. No, this looks awesome. I really cannot wait for this to come out. I know it's going to be so fucking awesome, but there's certain things I thought Punisher's going to be awesome too, and god damn it, I was wrong as fuck. So we will see what happens. I'm going to have to eat my words yet again. Now, next topic over here on the side of the little thing. Anybody in here into God of War? Yeah, he didn't say nothing. Alan or Allie didn't say nothing. I'm surprised.
No.
Yeah, I mean, have you? By the way, Allie, have you ever played it?
Nope.
Nope. Alan, how about you? How many God of War games have you played?
I played the first one and I was like, wow, this game is abject trash. And then I played a bit of the second one. I'm like, oh, the main character's still an unlikable fuck. Combat's cool. And I played the first like half an hour of the opening. I'm like, the opening is cool. Fuck Greek mythology, apparently, and that's it. That's the last of it I played of it.
So one thing that it's kind of concerning over here is I'm looking over here and it says PS4 God of War game will take 25 to 35 hours to complete.
Not bad. Not bad.
Yeah, not bad. For me, it was jarring because I was like, wait, is there enough story to tell in 25 to fucking 35 hours? Like, what in the mother of fuck? And I think I consider this a bad thing, believe it or not. Ganj, I'm gonna ask you, man. Do you consider that a bad thing or no?
Not really. I mean, it depends on what the gameplay is going to be. Like, if it, for example, if it's like Wolfenstein and the gameplay is kind of like heavily repetitive, and the only thing that's keeping you going is the great storytelling, the great voice acting, and the great art direction, kind of like what you're seeing as an example here. My only problem with it is that could easily just turn into like, oh my god, the 15 boss, I have to smash these fucking buttons. I just want to get to the next cutscene, so I feel like I'm accomplishing something. Yeah. And I've been there with a few of these games, man, where they don't actually go all the way to making the gameplay actually really blend into what the whole hour of the experience is. Because, for example, Cuphead, it's 2 hours if you play it with all the hacks and shit, just trying to beat it with, you know, the most advanced skills you are. And when you play regularly, the only really things that keep the hour playthrough going is the fact of its difficulty. And I kind of feel it's going to be the same thing with this one. And honestly, because they really haven't shown me much that I really would enjoy, I'm kind of on the fence with the new God of War. Like, I like the idea of them setting it in around the Viking mythology, but they're still doing callbacks to the Greek mythology of Kratos. So is this a same universe? Is it 12 of them in it? Is this a progression of what happened after the Greek gods died? Like, there's a lot of questions that they're leaving unanswered, and I get that they're doing it for the video game, but as somebody who's a huge fan of the series, I'm not getting what I need to actually be thrown into it, because with God of War 1, you had the idea of being on this long campaign and to fight the gods and eventually kill, you know, Ares, who was the main villain of the series for the first game. And then the second one is just, you have become a complete dickhead. You have taken over for Ares, and the gods are trying to correct you, and it's on a goal for revenge. And then you fight later on story plots and stuff. And the third one is literally, fuck the gods, we're killing them all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That made me mad.
Now, like, for me, I feel like it's a bad thing, because here's the thing that really concerns me. This little screenshot up here, too, because... And there's a couple parts in this trailer, like actually half of this trailer. This is the Be a Warrior trailer that came out in E3 2017, about I think 6 months ago. And when this came out, there's a lot of stuff in the trailer where they're just like building this fucking tension of like Kratos like walking up to his son like, "Hey, how you doing? Oh, you gotta get out of here. We gotta take over fucking take out of fucking you know, like
voiced by John Bernthal.
Exactly. No, but like he's constantly doing shit like that. But then it gets to a point too where now you even like go travel from place to place. Now you know how God of War is. They're not gonna have a fucking car. They're not gonna have a fucking. They might have a flying horse, but I haven't seen it in any of these fucking gameplay trailers. Right. So it's like, am I gonna have to walk to see this amazing, beautiful landscape that they built in this fucking video game? All this pre-rendered amazingness, or not pre-rendered. Doesn't matter if it's rendered or not, in pre or post. I don't give a shit because I don't want to walk for art. just post it as a wallpaper that fucking moves. Like, this whole thing with him following his son to wherever the fuck that Zelda dungeon's going to be, whatever the fuck's going to happen over there. Like, I don't give a shit. You know, like, I know it looks beautiful. You pound that in my fucking brain. Yes, PS4, graphics. What about the game? And it's like, 25 to 35 hours, I can guarantee you about fucking 35% of that 25 to 35 hours is going to be me just building this tension of shit that I don't even need the tension for because you're fighting big fucking monsters all the time. Like, this whole emotional thing with him and his fucking son, like, talking about emotions, my fucking whole family dies, and yet, Alan, what does he spend so much of his time doing when he's not killing fucking
hookers,
mummies?
because I'm broken.
Yeah, he's broken.
It's so hard to feel sorry for a guy whose literal half of gameplay is fuck goddesses all day long.
Yeah,
hey
poor
man,
guy.
I respect that type of gameplay, man. That's that real man shit.
Nah, I'm sorry. No, and especially too when he can't get any more. Like, he gets a couple of red orbs and then he fucking goes for it again. He's like, oh, I can't do it. Just one red orb. I can't fucking get. Oh, I'm tired as fuck. Oh, you know, like, damn,
Man,
someone needs to go see a dick doctor. Like, what the fuck?
At what point isn't it in the storyline that you have to fuck one of the goddess? Like, they made
Yeah, it's Aphrodite.
Yeah, they made the mini game a main part of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Notice that you don't kill the god of love though.
Notice you don't kill any of the gods you can fuck.
True,
Yeah.
true.
And by the way, too, like, what's her name again?
Aphrodite's.
Aphrodite's. Okay, because I'm wondering, like,
dude, man, you put the camera on me and asked what my name was. I was like, did you fucking forget?
no, but I'm just wondering too. Like, I'm wondering, like, in this day and age of like sexual expression, like the new bad guy's gonna be like hermaphrodites. Like, that's gonna be fucking great. Like, I would love to see.
Okay,
that.
so you
What?
joke, but that's actually the child of Hermes and Aphrodite. That's where that term comes from.
Oh my god. I fucking swear.
He's not wrong, sir. History does prove a fact there.
Oh my god, history
Oh,
is
man,
a motherfucker. But I mean, this looks great though. I mean, it does, right? I mean, Ganja, what do you feel?
Oh no, it looks amazing. It's a God of War game, man. Those are always looked amazing, even for the PS2 era. Fucking pull up God of War number 2 and 3. Those, even for the PS3, those games were always graphically intense and beautiful looking. The second one was damn near 4 or 5 years ahead of its time with the graphics, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, no, I mean, this shit, I mean, basically, you know, on YouTube. Keep in mind, this is not how the game really looks. This is a YouTube from way back then, 2005,
Right.
I think, whatever the fuck.
This is probably recorded with a VHS tape.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Like, you had to, like, ingest the tracking before you fucking put that up on YouTube. But
Did y'all ever, like, get one of those blank tapes and record y'all playthroughs of video games, like
Oh,
on
yes.
the N64 and PlayStation?
Nope.
Man, I used to think I was making a movie.
no, me too. I was like, holy shit. And then, and this wasn't something that was done often. So, like, when someone got to hear about it, like, oh, you do that? And they're like, let me see bullshit. And you show them, and it's like, oh my god, that's so fucking cool, dude.
I'm gonna record my games now.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna tell my friend he's gonna make YouTube, and then we're gonna make a lot of money for doing fucking nothing. Ah, fuck.
Man, we were ahead of our time, Nick. We should have just went on the internet.
God, I really hope they don't fucking make a not net neutrality thing to take our fucking privilege away since we fucking overdid it. Fucking people. Anyways, so.
You
Oh, I'm
confuse
so
me
angry.
with your stance on net neutrality. I'm for it. I'm fucking against it.
I'm for it because I'm so mad at people who've taken advantage of it, and
I'm
I'm
for
against it
against
because it fucks me up.
I'm for against it. There you go.
I'm for against it. There we go. Yeah, okay, perfect. I didn't even know you said that. That was awesome. That was very clever, Ganja. Good job, baby. Now we're gonna be moving on from that particular topic and talking about something that's a little bit more fun. So, which one of you motherfuckers found this story? Because I did not.
Man. Dude, I fell in love with this fucking story when I came across it. If whoever posted it on either the Children of Toast or Refugee Spill page, I fucking love you because this thing had me laughing my ass off loud at work, Nick. Because this is one of those moments where you realize that people don't give a fuck about their beliefs when they're on a certain level of intoxication or horniness. And he took the latter. He'd rather been fucking drunk. Because if you read the actual article right here, because Nicky Poo all pulled it up so nice and well.
Mm-hmm.
But originally the man was trying to actually go to McDonald's to get some hash browns because he's a vegan. So
I was gonna say virgin.
might be that too. But so he was going to get $230 worth of fucking hash browns. Like, how severely drunk and intoxicated are you that you think that is a solid number to get in breakfast meal? Like, the worst I've done is get an extra fucking burger at Whataburger and ate half of it and looked at Alan and was like, you want the rest? And
Oh, I remember that, yeah.
not only that, like, this man took it to the umpteenth level and started to get in a fight with the fucking people that work there.
Yeah.
Because he goes there and he goes, yo, I want fucking nuggets. That's the first thing he says. At like
I
4
want my
o'clock in the morning.
fucking nuggets. Are you sure this wasn't Sammy?
Man, at 4 o'clock in the morning, if anyone's gone to McDonald's or any fucking fast food joint, you know they ain't serving goddamn breakfast.
Oh,
It's
no.
still the fucking lunch or dinner meal, whatever the fuck they call it now. I call it the stoner package. But the fact that this man goes, yo, I'm gonna get mad, and not only that, I'm gonna ask for fucking nuggets next, and I'm gonna get mad when they try to deliver it to me. Like, this dude literally drove around honking and abusing at these people. Like, if they had a personal vendetta against him. And my favorite thing is the manager just sneaks out there in the article and just goes, here, man, here's your 200 house brownies. And he leaves, and the dude comes back and starts ordering 200 fries and Big Macs.
Oh, my God.
And he starts screaming, I'm going to fuck you all up.
All
Does
of
he
you.
pay for any of this? That's the better question.
That's the
Hey,
thing,
man.
too, because, like, when he says his Big Mac's in order, he literally screamed, like, I'm going to fuck you all. Like, all you motherfuckers. Like, for one, if you are that drunk and that fucking, like, hungry that you're going to just spend all this money on $200 worth of fucking hash browns or whatever the fuck, you're not in no shape to fight anybody off. Not to mention the entire fucking staff. So,
I don't know about that, man. Jump motherfuckers can fight.
My favorite part is you don't have it in this article because the original, I think it's a Telegraph, has more on it, and that was like the original paper that released it. But the dude went to court, right? And the whole time the judge is defending his client, not the judge, the fucking lawyer's defending him by saying my client couldn't have possibly done that because he's a vegan. And if you look closely, by him ordering those 230 hash browns, it is technically keeping within his vegan diet.
Was his lawyer the vegan police from Scott Pilgrim versus the World? Like, what the fuck?
Dude, I can't believe the fucking lawyer thought he's saying, like, hey, my client's a vegan, he couldn't have done that, was going to work. Like, he must have really took advice from Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, I was gonna say I couldn't have melted. I'm gay. It's like, what? This has nothing to do with the situation.
no, what that I would love that. That'd be the top part of the fucking thing. Like, oh, and by the way, he's a vegan. Like, instead of, like, you know, he's gay or whatever the fuck. Yeah.
Comes out as vegan.
Yeah, Chris, you got a point. They do come in 6 pieces, so that's 30 plus pieces per box.
Ooh,
So
shit.
this man literally was asking for a mountain of chicken nuggets.
God
Yeah,
damn.
6 times 180.
Is it bad that I would have just totally said, oh, sure, and then just would have packed that fucking order right up and just been like, hey, guys, we have to sell chicken
200?
nuggets this whole year. Like,
I don't think they like. It would take
Thanks.
hours to fucking cook all that, man.
Nick will be like, man, hey guys, let's take advantage of this drunk dude, and we're about to get our whole Christmas bonus off this motherfucker. Let's do it.
no, and dude, like, Alan, fuck having to cook it all. I would give him, like, half non-cooked. He don't know the fucking difference. Okay, you know, like, I'll cook half of them and give him the other half. It's like, hey, man, some of them taste a little funny, but you drink and eat up. Have fun over there.
He's drunk. Yeah, maybe. That's just the idea that you gotta sit there and cook hundreds upon hundreds of this shit. That is ridiculous.
Yeah, goddamn, and then in such a small amount of time. God damn.
My question for you guys is, because I know we've all probably eaten at fast food joints besides Allie, because she's bougie as fuck. But what is
She's
like
at
your
McDonald's. She told me.
what's still count? Like, for this to work, you have to gone to like after hours, like at 2 o'clock in the morning at these fast food joints. But Alan, what is your fucking craziest experience at a fast food joint?
Okay. Oh man, does it? Okay, does it count if I wasn't getting the food?
Yeah, it
Yes.
counts.
So okay, me and my friends, we were at the not high school, but what I'm saying, my university pub, and we were having a great time. Buddy of mine gets plastered, so plastered that the waitress asked us like to get him out and get him home.
Uh-huh.
So we basically got that. So it's like, okay, fine, we're going on our way home. I'm fine by this point, and we're just walking by to get food from McDonald's. Buddy of mine goes to a used car lot
What?
and starts palming the fucking with his palm. Starts hitting the fucking windshield of a car, like repeatedly. So I'm grabbing this.
doing some fucking Kill Bill shit. Oh
No, it was I was trying to do it on camera, but it was like this. Like he got his hand like this and just kept pawing the fucking window like 3 or 4 times. I'm grabbing him. I'm more surprised it didn't break. I'm grabbing this guy, going, "You need to calm the fuck down, dude." So we get to McDonald's. We're ordering our food. It's been a long night, and Buddy just starts pocketing Mars bars. I'm
Damn.
just like, shit, I gotta not look at this guy, because if I look at him, the teller's gonna look at me and he's gonna get caught. We order our stuff, he goes outside, he's just eating a fucking Mars bar. I look at him and go, can I have one? I look at him, hey, can I have one? He just pulls one out and gives it to me, man. We just fucking eat it as we all walk on our way back home.
But the thing, I'm so sorry, Alan. What I'm about to do.
But
Okay, tell us how do the thing with when your buddy was eating a Mars bar. Like, how did it look again?
What do you mean? Oh, no, 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 no!
I was hoping you do it, you dumbass.
You fucking idiot. Dude, you were doing that shit over and over again.
I was about to, but my brain's like, no, 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 it's a troll. It's a joke.
Man.
Stop
Saw that
it.
tip action you worked there, Nick?
Oh, I can't even
Motherfucker, I was like, why you're laughing? That story wasn't that funny.
Alan can suck a pee out of a straw, boys.
No, dude, because Alan was like, I looked at it and I was like, what the fuck is he doing?
Oh no, but I'm gonna get the light off you, Alan, because I got a story. It was me and my buddies, and I think we were like in middle school or high school. I forget what grade, but we were pulling up to the Burger King, right? And my buddy was rolling a blunt that we are gonna smoke and ride, and he's on the passenger side, and he's just breaking down shit. We're in the drive-through lane, and we think it's gonna take forever because like four or five cars back from us. Slowly, we're starting to go faster and faster through the drive-through. I don't know if they have the A-team there, and they were just cooking burgers left and right. But as my friend's trying to rush and break down the blunt, we're like maybe one more car away from the window, and he just looks back at me. He goes, "Fuck it," and he just slows down. And he just starts taking his sweet time. We pull up to the passenger side. The lady sees him directly and just rolling up a joint, going, and she starts bawling, laughing. Starts calling all her homegirls. I don't know if she was Haitian or what, or from the islands or something, because she said something like it sounded like French almost, or like Turkey Caicos. I don't know what the language they speak, but it sounded foreign. She just runs back to the kitchen, yells at all her buddies. All of them come around to the fucking passenger side and just watch my friend finish up the blunt. Just going,
dude.
Hey,
Fucking
that was
idiot.
They're just giggling their ass off, man. They get us our food, and finally, as we're driving off, one dude from the back goes, "Yo, enjoy that for me."
What a man.
Yeah, goddamn, dude. Like, I would not want to hang out with you and your fucking first night. Get my ass in fucking trouble, goddamn it. No, but shit, man. No, but yeah, people. So once again, dude, this fucking dude, this drunk guy. And by the way, that's not a fucking excuse. By the way, you over there fucking buying 200 McNuggets. I think you're not too far away from buying like at least a quarter of that shit when you're fucking sober. Okay.
Sometimes people do incredibly stupid purchases when they're intoxicated. I have a friend of mine that did the exact same thing with Steam games. Ganja, you remember that guy?
You know what? Fuck it. I'll tell the story. All right,
Oh shit.
All right, this has nothing to do with drive-through or the McDonald's story, but it has something to do with being intoxicated and fucking up with purchases. So I guess it does call back to the story a little bit. But all right, it was one night we were all hanging out and we were doing a bet. I was doing my own personal bet. No one was involved. I forget. I should have said it like there was other people. But I had my own personal bet to see how fucking high I can get. Both. If y'all don't know, this substance is called kratom. And basically what it is, it's a opiate. It's like an opiate, but it doesn't affect the. What's the system that's in charge of your breathing, Alan?
Respiratory.
It doesn't affect your respiratory system. So unlike actual opiate drugs, there's no chance of overdosing on it because there's no respiratory suppression. So I went, fuck it, I'm just gonna eat a lot of these motherfuckers, and I'm gonna eat a shitload of edibles at the same time and see if I can handle the dual high. And I thought I'll be fine because I'm gonna hang out with you guys in the after hours. Not in the after hours. I think it was just us hanging out.
We're just chilling normally.
Yeah, it was like a Wednesday, and I had off on the 2 days, so I was like, "Fuck, I'm taking advantage of that shit." So I eat a gram of edibles, so that's 1,000 milligrams, and then I ate almost a half a gram of kratom, and I hung out Alan the whole night. And Alan, how fucked up was I?
So I hang out with Ganja a lot. He has certain personalities based on whatever he's doing. When he's on whatever he just called cranium, he is like actively making fun of me, insulting me, giving me shit, just calling me all sorts of stuff. And I've gotten used to it, but this is like the very, very first time. And he was just nonstop giving me so much shit to the extent where he's like, "Oh man, you're a little bitch when it comes to RTSs. I'm gonna teach you another RTS and kick your fucking ass again." I was like, "Okay, fine, whatever."
Yeah, man. So anyways, so what happened after that, man? Because this shit.
As I harassed him a little bit more thoroughly about RTSs, I was like, "Yo, man, this is one game I'm more than sure I'll kick your ass at, bro. Hold on, let me buy it for you, bro." Because I have this thing where I fuck with Alan over his Steam account. For if you guys don't know, there's ability to give gifts on Steam. So I just joke with him like, "Or Shogun 2. I've been fucking now. Give me your goddamn wallet. But at this point, you're gonna buy half of Steam, and I'll be able to pay your rent next month."
Oh god, it was ridiculous because he ended up having like the only way we can get his money back is I still have like 3 of those fucking games. I felt so bad because I'm like, okay, dude, let's go through the refund process. Let's go through the refund purchase. And Ganja's overtly honest on these fucking things. So when it asked him like, yo, why do you return this? Ganja goes, man, I'm just high, fuck. Man, just writes it in and returns it.
I had 3 games actually get returned to me. There was like a bot that was like, you know what, that's a valid reason for a bad purchase. Here you go, bud.
Oh man, but you know what though? Like, I mean, you were fucked up, dude. Like, honestly, like that's the reason why. But you were not fucked up when you got this shit.
Call out Ganja show.
First of all, it didn't come on my computer. Comes. I want to check the programs because I don't even think I have a movie maker on that bitch.
Oh fuck. I just like when Alan said like that's what she said. Like the next few words you said had to do with fucking and cum. Like constantly.
Again.
That's what she said. No, man. And I never had any of these situations happen because I'm fucking smart. So anyways, we're moving on.
Man, there's a
don't tell me that.
There's a deleted episode of the MCA that you could see him lose his shit so clearly because of how bad Heath was fucking up.
Again, see, with being Ganja stories, we have the excuse of being in the state of minds we were. You've always been sober, so any stupid story you do is compounded by 100-fold because you're in your right state of mind.
All I know is when Nick got mad at the XSplit, I felt like he was yelling at me, or like my dad gets mad at my mom, they're fighting, and it's just that real like awkward feeling. I turn into that one black kid in the meme that he's just looking with his arm up like.
You know, it's funny too because like I've been getting mad a lot lately over my fucking XSplit in Photoshop, and Ganja's always there like, dude, it's alright, man, you're cool. Who cares, man? It's all good. You'll be good, dude. Just chill. Just be cool. And then Alan's like, dude, if you need anything, want me to do anything to help you out, dude? I got you, dude. It's gonna be okay, dude. And I'm like, I don't need no fucking help.
Program.
No,
okay. No, he's cussing out like XSplit, and I'm just trying to like, or not XSplit, like Photoshop. I'm like, I can help, man. I don't want you to get angry.
But no, it's too late. I'm already angry. Or that's the secret. I'm always angry. Ooh. Oh man, but people know. It's that time of the year. Actually, it's that time of the night. We're going to do Flex and Chill. Woo, look at that. Flex and Chill.
Ooh,
man,
so beautiful. So red. Oh, so red. So shiny and red. I love it. I love it, y'all.
So copyright infringy. I love it so much. Look at that.
Right there on the line of like parody and just lawsuit like a motherfucker.
Oh, fucking Alan, man. He's like, no, I'm with them. No, red shirt. Yes, we're all together. And we got this.
Yeah.
It's gonna be okay.
They saw the debut of the black shirt for Pixel Pix and the red shirt for Flex and Chill. So
yeah.
Shit, I would bust out my red star, but I don't want to get. Fuck that joke. Nick, don't start laughing, man. We got a show to continue. I don't need you to die with my stupidity.
Oh,
I mean, I'm honestly used to this, man.
Hey, Penelope, looking so fine, looking so cute, girl.
Oh my goodness, no, but here's the thing, and I mean, I don't know how much fucking things we're gonna review. We'll probably only do one thing because it's that time, Country Guru.
What is it?
The Punisher, brother. The Punisher. Now,
okay, we're done. Have a good night.
Okay, so here's the thing. I want to just bring this up. Oh, and by the way, we gotta change this shit. Oh, look at that! It's a new thing, a new day. It's a flex and chill. It's a flex and chill. Oh, yeah, it's flex and chill. Okay, anyways, so. Dude. And then one last. Okay, so anyways, that was fun. So. The show's over.
Should we tell the folks that this is going to be a spoiler? It's been out for long enough. This will be 100% spoiler. Like, we are going to talk the shit out of this. It will be a full review and spoiler talk.
Yeah, absolutely. No, thank you very much for doing that. And yeah, people, like, on top of being spoilery, like, I know some people are like, I'm cool with spoilers, but like, you're gonna have one side that's gonna be saying lots of good shit about this, and one side that's gonna really irritate the fuck out of you if you like this show. I'm not gonna tell you whose side's on what, but I will say.
Probably guess.
Yeah,
if you've been watching the show longer than a year, you know who's going to be the contrarian tonight.
Yeah, if you've been watching the show for the entire runtime of tonight.
Oh, fuck you, man. So people, Alan pick. It's not a nitpick. It's an Alan pick. I don't know what the fuck. That doesn't work out.
I tried.
Yeah, I tried. I guess it's still Nick picks. So here's the thing, man. This show right away, I gotta tell you, this shit started off nice. I mean, right away. I mean, I'm sure you guys feel the same way, right? Like, you guys kind of like the way this show started off.
Not pretty much. As it started, honestly, when it started, it felt kind of slow for me. Besides the first initial like 10, 15 minutes where it's just massive chaos, killing everybody in the room and just running over motherfuckers like they're dogs on the street. Like, it was complete brutality for the first 15 minutes. But as it progressed along, I felt like it got a lot more slower. And Alan, you could probably go in a little more into that because you actually appreciate how it started off action packed and then it slowly became more of a slower show, more of a, I guess, what would you call it, Alan?
Yeah, it was just based on the pacing because I loved it. Like almost the first episode, like John Bernthal's barely speaking. There's almost like very little lines of dialogue, and I love the slow pace because I'm kind of sick of we have to have some big action and then we got to go slow, then we got to do big action so people don't get bored. I love that it was very down to earth. It felt very grounded. It like throughout the entire series, it never felt that it was grandiose. It always felt that this was down to earth, and I loved it. And the pacing really helped with that.
Yeah, and I mean, even Ruth was saying, slow burn, etc.
Yeah, slow burn.
But here's the thing, though. One thing that started pissing me off is this particular spot over here. Like, for one, we know exactly what the story is because of Daredevil Season 2, so this was all pointless. And on top of being pointless, they show this scene in sections. I'm playing on the wrong show. We're doing this now. but the thing is, they show that over and over again. I hate to compare this, but The Handmaiden. The Handmaiden does this thing with the sex scenes where you see they're both on the bed, they're making out, and then it goes and does something else. Then it comes back, they're making out, the exact same scene, they copy-pasted it, except they give you an extra 5 seconds. Then they go do something else, they come back an hour later, they're doing the exact same scene, copy-pasted again, but then another 10 seconds, then another 15 seconds, then another 30 seconds. And you realize if you get all of the sex scenes that are actually just one sex scene divided and copy-pasted over out The Handmaiden, the whole movie is basically that sex scene. I mean, you get about an hour and 30 minutes of basically seeing the same thing that was a 3-minute loop for an hour and a half. And yet it's okay. They get away with making one sex scene count as 20. With this fucking thing, with this show, that particular scene with the wife thing, they do this in different ways where it's just different dialogues, where she's crying, where she's not crying, where she's happy, where she's not happy, where he gets to kiss her and then they lay down. Wrong show again.
Yeah, I get exactly what you're getting at. And
and it's like if you combine all those scenes from the entire show, that you basically can watch an entire episode's worth, a whole 45 minutes worth of just him saying, "Hey, I'm home now. You're home now. I'm glad you're home. Oh, I'm home now again. Oh, you're glad you're home." And the same fucking goddamn thing over again, dude. And by the way, it didn't even happen that way. That was just some weird shit in his fucking head that he remembered it the way he wanted to remember so he could deal with it. But that never even fucking happens.
And that's the thing. I'm glad you brought that up. That's how he deals with it because it's for him. I think they did it. I got exactly why they were repeating the same exact scene. I think they did it a little too much, but the entire point of it was that that's his life. Every day it's like his wife got shot in the face every fucking day of his life, and it's like the extent where it's like that's his horror. Every morning he wakes up, his wife is shot in the head and he's looking for her and realizing she's gone. And one of the things is, and I think they used it brilliantly, is you don't notice until the third or fourth time that that's actually John Bernthal in the mask. So in his head is he's killing his wife every fucking night because he blames himself for how his wife died. And I like that because it's trying to show that he's a fucked up person. He's like, imagine like some traumatic, it's like PTSD in a nutshell of he's constantly not reliving it because the plot's like, oh, he has to be PTSD like now and go can't tell. It's like, no, like how PTSD is like all the fucking time, every morning. And I like that. I think they did it one too many times before we got the point, but I think that what they were doing fit perfectly with what the character is living through. And I felt that I'm like, shit, every day I was like seeing I'm like, fuck, every day, imagine every day waking up and losing the love of your life. Like, it's fucked up, man.
Not only that, like that scene is completely a red herring to what you figure out later on within the story plotline. Because when you initially see the scene of, oh, is that John Bernthal? Is that the Punisher doing that, killing his wife every time? And later on in the storyline, you actually find out, like, yeah, that is actually the Punisher because he was part of the secret mission that got him in the eyes of the government and became a target because he knew a lot of stuff that could get people busted and turned into jail or lose their whole careers that they built up to that point.
Yeah.
So it makes sense within the context that he knows a lot about like the dirty stuff he's done. And he knows a lot of that shit came home with him. because he was a good old, like, this actually takes on the point of sometimes the ones that suffer the most are the good old boys, the good old soldiers who follow the rules, follow the orders, do what they need to do, and they're the ones that get the fuck the hardest when it comes to when they have to actually live civilian life again.
Exactly.
Yeah, and here's the thing, and I'm looking over here into the fucking into the chat. But man, Adrian, that is one of the things that just killed me so fucking much in this show. Miss Boring Fucking Face.
Yes,
God.
I love that name because when he said Miss Boring Face, everyone knew exactly who the fuck he was talking about.
Yeah, dude, like I fucking hate that lady, dude. Like I'm sorry. When I first saw her, I was like, gosh, she's so beautiful. Like my heart was like, damn, like this girl. I really hope that she has a great story because she's so fucking pretty, so naturally.
Made Nick want to go to Turkey and get himself a Miss Mia.
Yeah, but the thing
I
is,
wish I could argue with Nick. I wish he'd be like, no, Nick, but I agree 100% with everything you're about to fucking say, man.
No, because here's the thing, and man, what I'm about to say is gonna offend women like a lot, and I'm sorry if I offend you. You guys know I'm not a sexist dude, etc. But I have to say it in this way so you guys can fucking get the point.
Here comes some sexist shit.
Here comes some fucked up shit. Why the fuck do we still have shows where a girl only exists to fuck a dude? Like, tell me why that she gets to be put in a fucking suit and you're like, ooh, she's important. Ooh, man, those females, God, they're just so fucking strong and well put together. And man, they're in power, women power, right? Power of the dick. That's all she has to do in the show is fuck a good-looking dude. And then on top of being a fucking good-looking dude, it doesn't help that her friend, the chubby little fucking detective dude that's hanging around with her all the time, that totally wants to get his dick wet too, and she's like kind of like playing him along too sometimes. I was like a little like, oh, you know, you should fuck him at this point, because that's all you are is a fucking big vagina with hands. What we're thinking, he's actually telling her, oh, you just like Billy fucking Russo because he's good looking. You just like him because he's a pretty boy. He actually refers to him as pretty boy, like throughout the entire fucking show. And if you're not already thinking that she's useless and that she's just a fucking, like, you know, what do you call it, like shallow bitch, you know, like her friend, I forgot his name. Oh, do you remember his name, the fat friend?
No, but Ruthless pointed out in the chat, he's a red shirt, so just call him red shirt.
Okay, yeah. I don't even know what the fuck that means, but I'll
Hey,
call him red shirt.
Rufus, since you brought up that Star Trek reference, guess who's our red shirt? Alan, just remember, if we go on a grand adventure, someone's not making it back for the sequel. Someone's not making it back for the sequel.
I wish I knew what red shirt was.
Okay, so for everyone in the chat and Nick, in the original Star Trek TV series and movies, there were different color uniforms with different people, and red shirts were the lowest ranks. And there was always a person on the red shirt. Every mission would get killed in some convoluted fashion. Like they would land on the planet and there'd be a firefight and the first person to die is a red shirt, or there'd be some sort of like accident and the red shirt would be killed. So it became a joke that if you wear a red shirt, you're going to die.
Yeah, and I mean here's the thing too, because I'm looking over here in the chat, and like even Justin, and this is not saying that I'm not like wait, oh god, hold on a second, I'm so sorry. And this is kind of random, but like I looked over here and Adrian says, I can't believe I'm saying this, Nick, but I actually agree with you. But the thing is, the chat moved. So all I saw was like, I'm sorry, Nick, I can't believe I'm saying this, Nick, but, and I saw jerk off Luke Cage. So like, I was like, wait, what? She's jerking off to Luke Cage. Like, I was like, the chat moved as soon as she said that.
Is Adrian jerking off Luke Cage?
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? No, but she's agreeing with me, and the thing is too, like, okay, so Justin, you said like, yeah, her friend is just another version of that jerk off from Luke Cage, and you said that Will Pretty Boy is a part of his character in the comic, and that's the thing. And this is the thing I have with Walking Dead and all these other shows, where it's like you can't just do shit because of the comic, because the comic is this book that, you know, it's a different type of world, right? Like you're into this fucking world, so anything that they do kind of makes sense. And you accept it because you're so into it. But this is a show, and I'm not fucking obsessed with the comics. So you need to tell a story that makes fucking sense to someone who is not obsessed with everything you ever did, because those people that are obsessed, they're going to like this no matter what, most likely. As long as you keep doing shit for the comics, they're going to fucking love this, whether it's quality or trash. And even in the comics, I'm telling you right now, even as a Punisher fan, in the comics, that shit was stupid too. So what I'm saying about this character is still bad then. I mean, especially they called him Jigsaw. And
actually, the thing about Billy Russo is I actually really kind of like this character. They kept calling him Pretty Face because, you know, that's how the whole thing is. Like, he's pretty and then he's deformed and ugly, so he has a psychotic break. But I actually liked Billy Russo's character because he was like, it's like a lot of the show is basically like it wears it on its face, where it's like we're talking about soldiers dealing with war, and you got to see a large kaleidoscope, and one of the kaleidoscopes was with Billy of sometimes the soldiers, what they do is they just go, they never leave the war. He just found a new war. He found a new way to continue doing what he does. He made a firm. He became successful, but he's no different at the end of the series to John Bernthal's character, who's on the bottom of the ladder. It's kind of trying to show it's like they never leave the war. So it's like this whole soldier thing. It's not a job working at McDonald's or working at a fucking tech industry. It's him being a soldier. Well, he'll always be a soldier first. Everything else is second. That's why one of the characters says you got to live your second life, because your first life is being a soldier. Everything before that is irrelevant, and everything after that is your second life. So with his character, I really like that. But you're right, Miss Boring Face. Honestly, like something Ruthless said in the chat, it's like her arc, her idea of the arc of being a goody two shoes to being able to deal with the Punisher is interesting in concept, but she is so unbelievably boring that it kind of takes away a little bit from. Yeah, it's so weak, so boring, and so like played by numbers that her interactions with Billy Russo, I was anticipating, because I love Billy Russo's character. He was so much fun. He was so like he had charisma, he had charm, he was good looking, like he was wearing suits all the time, man. I was like, I love that guy. That guy is badass.
Okay, see, here's the thing, and I know Ganja's gonna have his chance to go off on me.
I'm waiting for it. I'm just letting y'all just go on with this nice little interview.
Because another thing too that's really bothering about Billy Russo's character is, like you said, yeah, the soldier shit first. The thing is, being a soldier first, you should not be the heel. You should not be the bad guy. And the whole thing about him being pretty, I know about the Jigsaw thing before I even watched the show. And yes, that's me kind of prejudging because of the comics. But it's like, okay, if you're going to tell a story, cool. But it's almost like I would have put that together without reading the comics, because they constantly focus on the pretty face thing so much. Yeah. I'm like, obviously this dude's going to lose his face. Somehow, some way, they're gonna have to. I mean, it's almost like fucking. Oh, well, you guys don't get wrestling, haven't been watching it, but like, there's a thing where someone keeps calling somebody else trash. It's Kane versus some other dude. He can call him trash, and it keeps happening every single week until they have a trash match where he throws him literally in a garbage truck.
Yeah, it's foreshadowing. It's called in writing, where you mention this little thing, and
but too much
like,
though.
Yeah, no, I agree a little bit, because even halfway through, I was like, is he gonna become Jigsaw by the end of this?
No, but it's like, yeah, you say pretty face 2 times every fucking episode. I'm like, countdown to when he's ugly. Like,
exactly.
You know, like
100%.
Yeah, like fucking stupid. I hate that shit. And then, you know, on top of Billy Russo too being like, you know, soldier first, he backstabs his buddies. The black therapist dude does him wrong. Doesn't help out any of the other soldiers or discussing situations with them or helping them out. And then when you finally get his whole story about how he fucked over the Punisher, I didn't think that his reasonings were like, dude, I'm a piece of shit sometimes. I'll watch a show and I'm like, yeah, like when Negan did to Glenn, I would have did the same thing. Or when this guy did to somebody else, I would do the same thing. I would never do some shit to you guys, killing your wife and fucking kid for a little bit of extra money for some douchebag who was treating me like
he
shit.
never did that.
But didn't he? Well, he knew that the Punisher's kids were going to get killed.
He was going to go down and he didn't give a shit. Like, I know what you mean, but like the idea that he's a soldier and he shouldn't fuck over his friends. Like, when I said he's a soldier first, I meant in the sense of training, war, enemies, kill. I need to take out my enemies through violence, through some sort of action, like doing stuff. Not necessarily in the camaraderie, because that's something that the Punisher held on to.
Yeah, he's not talking about the mystical idea of a soldier, one who's about brotherhood, camaraderie, you know, good moral fiber and all that shit that they give us in propaganda. Like, he's an actual fucking soldier. He's a person that's trained to kill, and he does it very effectively.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and he got the money so that he can make his, like, you know, his security agency. That's why he's so like happy that he got a job on the U.S. soil, because that meant more money. Because he's at the end of the day, he's like he likes the conflict to be able to continue living his lavish lifestyle, and that is the most important thing to him. Like, he was friends with you know, the Punisher at one point, but that's almost kind of irrelevant because the Punisher standing in his way of his life.
Not only that, like when he found out that they were actually going to kill him. He didn't care, because in the sense that he would have to either take part of it, or he would have to be one of those voices of dissension who get constantly shot throughout this whole series that you see. Exactly. And he was not going to take that chance, especially that he was the type of person who was more self-absorbed. Like, every time we see him, he's more focused on the way he looks, the way he dresses, what he's got. Hell, the first time we talked to Punisher, he's like, yo, man, we just go around fucking Baghdad and find some bitches to fuck. Which I don't know how easy that's going to be in Baghdad, but you know, more power to you, brother.
Hey, with his face, man, he'll find a way.
I know he'll find a way, but like, the worst you probably get is a handy, but I'm probably giving a little bit more credit to the man. I'm just making myself sound worse.
I get what God is trying to say though. He's like, no, he's going to get more of that beautiful face.
I'm trying to rationalize like why it wouldn't make sense of them just going pussy hunting in Baghdad, but I'm like, man, he was a pretty motherfucker, but you know, the culture. I'm conflicted. I'm against it.
But like other things too, like for instance, Micro. Like I like Micro,
Micro,
but he remind me of fucking T.J. Miller, a Deadpool emoji movie. Like, that dude was a generic, cheap-ass version of the other guy. And I'm like...
I disagree, Nick. I think he was way better than T.J. Miller. Like, his character was no more just like, hey, Punisher, let's go kill some people. Blah, 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 blah.
Let me spend 5 minutes talking about your face, even though this is not a funny joke. Like, Micro, I like Andre continue, but just, I really like Micro's development of he's always trying to do the right thing, even if he knows the right thing is fucked up.
None of that. His comedy comes from his situation and how he actually reacts to it. Like, the most of the comedy scenes that I got out of him was when they were doing the scene where he was sitting in the chair and he was just fucking with the Punisher, and they were just seeing who could take it the farthest the most. And at the end of it, he just breaks down. He's like, "Yo, man, we could do this all week, but I got a lot. I don't got that much time on my hand. Neither do you. Are we just gonna start trusting each other?"
Yeah, and I mean, like, those points make sense. I'm just talking about, like, the actor. I'm not talking about, like, his character versus his character on Deadpool. Because that's, for one, they're two different movies, too. It's like, yeah, that's not even comparable.
Yeah.
But his, like, the guy, like, honestly, I'm sorry, and I'm, like, I know I'm, like, offending, I've offended black people, offended women. Now it's time to fuck with the white people. Because... for me, I really did not like that. Oh, dude. Oh, I'm the computer geek. I have to talk like this. Oh, shit. Oh, I know all these weird little computer things. And then Punisher's like, oh, I'm a big, dumb fucking Marine. So it's like anything you say to me, I don't understand how a fucking keyboard works. Duh. Like, let me just fucking believe every goddamn thing you say. Duh. How did wannabe T.J. Miller get the fucking cameras inside his wife's house? I mean, just because he's a nerd that, like, I can just expect that he can wire through all the fucking walls. And by the way, an infinite amount of security fucking footage. Okay, wrong show.
I thought you were gonna say, like, yeah, that's for CSI, motherfucker. That's a wrong show.
That too. But, like... it's like, dude, there's a lot of shit where it's like, I can't believe it. And then it's like, okay, you know what? I understand it's a show. They can't show you how he did everything, right? I get that. They can't show that. So tell me why we have to spend some time to see so much things explained with the Punisher fixing the garage door, fixing the sink, fucking having random talks like, oh, how you doing? Oh, the kid's all right. You having a good day? Like,
seeing Micro set up all these weird traps and these cameras and all these technological shit does not make Micro seem human to you. He makes him feel above and beyond. He makes him feel like a fantastical character who can do all this amazing stuff. And they go into why he can do it. He's a trained CIA agent who had a lot of years around hacker knowledge and electronics.
And field training for the most part.
And field training. Like, he was not just some random dude. Like, the reason he got involved in inside the conspiracy was because he was a field guy and had access to what was going on there in Afghanistan or Iraq, depending on which one it was. I forget. We're in both places anyways. But it's not building towards a thing. It's just showing you how much of a badass he is. It's like, oh, why don't they show us Punisher when he just loads his guns and cleans them? Yeah, they give us little yeah, but they give you these little aspects. It's not us just doing a whole 5-minute scene of just gotta make sure this rifle clean. No, this bullet got to go in this shit. Those are like menial tasks that is not needed for the viewing eyes to see, especially when they give you a good background of how the person can do it. And your problem with the Punisher, like, doing all these tasks, it's just show him going back to his humanity to a certain degree, because he lost what Micro's fighting for. He lost his family. He doesn't have, like, he makes a point in the dialogue to say, I can't get my family back. Only you are going to get your family back from this. I'm just a pawn. And Micro goes out his way to prove that he actually sees Frank as a friend, because he knows that's the truth at the end of the day. Frank ain't getting shit out of this, possibly like a quick trick out of the country or a white man from the system. He's just going out there to help him because he's a hero and he knows what it's like to lose a family. And he has a chance to either what he sees in his dream, losing his family because of his own choices, now seeing his own choices being able to save someone else's family. It's his own way to redeem himself.
And a little bit of revenge.
That too.
No, that makes sense. And, you know, even what Adrian and Justin said, you know, the whole point of Punisher helping the family is about how people handle deaths of soldiers. I get that too. I'm not confused. I'm just irritated that they went about it in such ways, because at the end of the day, I know everything they're doing.
I'm sorry, Nick, but I just read Chris Brown's statement. Some people just stand out the windows and masturbate. Everyone's different and special in their own way.
Motherfuckers, man. God damn it.
No, but the thing is like, as I'm looking at this fucking show, though, it's like, dude, like, okay, so he's talking about, like, yeah, like, there's reasons why he's doing it, and I get the reasons why. And if the whole entire show continued to explain reasons why, like, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, etc., I would understand, because they do that in other times, but, like, there's other times where they just completely don't. Like, for instance, when crazy fucking wannabe Punisher dude, the white guy, when he fucking blows himself up and Karen's dealing with all that shit, we don't get to see Karen again. I had thought she was dead, too. I was like, what the fuck happened to that character? She just disappeared. And it was like, if you can spend time explaining little shit like, oh, he wants to go help her out because she's lonely. Which, by the way, I could put it in my fucking head. I can tell you, without seeing those scenes, that yes, a wife who lost her husband in a war might be a little fucking lonely. Or not in a war, but...
lost husband,
Yeah. Because, I mean, he wasn't in a war. He just got shot, or faked. I don't know if he feigned it or what when he got shot.
No, he did get shot, but he got lucky because he had a phone in, like, his heart. Must have had a Nokia. And he basically just got...
I love that.
He basically just got super lucky, and even though he did get shot, it wasn't fatal.
Yeah, exactly. But that's the thing. Is like what's frustrating about that though, is they won't explain something that happens way later on, or they won't explain why Agent Miss Boringface finds out she has a fucking recording system in her office, and then 2 scenes later they're talking in the office again, and then they remember in the next episode, oh, we had to edit them going into there and taking out the fucking the thing that's recording their voices. It's like, dude, they made an editing mistake on this fucking show. Are you kidding me?
No,
why would
really.
they go back into the office and talk when the fuck they can hear
was
them?
them not being able to deal with it right away because they're like, we can't remove it or motherfuckers will know we removed it. They had to keep it in there, and then they had to play up. That's why the action scene in the when they're doing the drug deal goes down the way it does, because they don't tell the audience. I actually kind of like that, where they don't actually tell the audience what went down, because I'm so sick of that. Hey, wink, wink. We gotta pretend to be, against wink, wink. I like how you actually forget that happens. So when it happens, it's almost a bit of a surprise.
Yeah, I mean, and that explains it to an extent. I get that. I'm still frustrated because all these things are explained or not explained or whatever the case may be. But then in the beginning of the show, they have a big explain boner, just wanting to explain every fucking little thing. Like, it's frustrating. It's like, I watch the show not because it's a great fucking storyline. I don't watch it because fucking whatever. The trailer, make sure to let you know, blows shit up. Boom, 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 boom. I can count you how many episodes there actually was some kind of action. And only half of those fucking scenes even had to do with the Punisher.
Sure.
That whole trailer was the last episode, or the second to last episode of the fucking show.
And that's actually, I'm kind of glad that was the case, because it's one of those things where it's like, if you're gonna have action, make it good, and all the action here was good. But it was something, and we had this discussion earlier. Every slow scene, every scene where he's helping, he's showing the kids how to actually fix things. That the little girl is actually really adept when it comes to fixing things, and the little kid's a fucking piece of shit because he's mad about his dad leaving. All those small scenes to me made this feel less like, man, it has to be some John Wick action movie, and it made it feel like this was, this could be just called John Bernthal's Day Off, and it didn't feel like it was in the Marvel Universe, and I take that as a point of pride in this show, because it's able to separate itself from the other shows and even the other universe without needing to do anything grandiose, but make it feel real, and I love that it felt real. Yeah, that trailer, maybe you found it misleading, but to me it's like, okay, that's the level of action I'm going to expect. But I actually was glad that it wasn't every episode some big action scene, because I felt it would have gotten numb. I felt that they earned their action scenes more than other shows did, more than almost any other action movie I've seen, because they take the time to develop everything and take their time, and it's slow, and I love the fuck out of that.
And the one thing is, too, I really hated how I didn't feel any danger for anybody in that fucking show. It was so clear Micro was not going to die. It was so clear that Punisher can get shot. Keep in mind, this whole show takes place in about, 4 days worth, 5 days worth?
No, they touch on it like it's several weeks. Like there's certain character developments within the kid. I forget it is the kids that they're now at one point they're on summer vacation and they're making a mention of that, and then they're in school at one point because they talk about he started a new semester, he's getting bullied, and that's when he takes an offense and he starts bullying other kids. He starts taking that knife to school. So there is a good maybe 3-4 weeks time span from it, but they don't really touch on that because, like I said earlier, that's one of those things that are not really meant to really be shown. Unless you're making a point that, hey, it took them 4 fucking weeks to pull this shit off. Most movies and shows don't actually give you the 24 hours, like 12 hours, 14 minutes.
I want to see it though. Like that
yeah,
again.
and then really quick, someone just brought this up in the chat too. I'm gonna go ahead and show you the lead singer of the band, that first metal band. I'll show you the lead singer of that band really quick. Right over here. The song is called because that first metal song. Holy fucking shit. I think we talked about this in the show before.
Right, left, right.
Marines, metal, Marines, white people.
Yeah,
fuck it.
We watched that episode together. I was fucking honest with you. That is a horrible fucking song to choose.
What
like,
kind of fucking music was that?
I don't even remember that, man.
It's supposed to show the brutality and the anger and just the raw power that
Sure.
the Punisher is displaying. But what I got out of that, as someone who's not going to look at this as a fucking hipster music nerd, it just sounded fucking debacle to me. It sounded disjointed. I felt it was kind of out of place, to be honest with you, because I felt like the way the Punisher was fighting wasn't just like this brutal caveman shit. He was very fucking accurate. He did some John Wick shit half the time with that with the sledgehammer. It didn't match the scene that was provided. Like, I would get more if they wanted to do like more Metallica, not more Metallica, but just that type of music. It probably would have fit in that scene. Because later on, you do get some others, I think, other metal songs that do blend in well with the fighting and the combat within the scene that you're seeing.
It does.
But other than that, that first one just felt disjointed.
It's forgettable. Like, I didn't even remember until you talked about it right now.
But the one frustrating thing too about that is, once again, same problem I have with the Spider-Verse, the same problem I have with Luke Cage, the same problem I have with fucking Black Panther, but except for white people. Like, I'm sorry, but you can play other music than just he's white and he's a Marine. What do white Marines like? Metallica.
Taylor Swift.
Fuck you. But can't you play some kind of orchestra like, holy shit, this is a big moment, motherfucker, here he comes, it's a fucking Punisher, yeah, this is awesome. Like, dude, I love metal music. I could, man, if you played Korn, I would have been like, woo, but if you keep playing shit like that, throughout the whole thing, just because you got no other ideas, like, what would be on the Punisher's iPod? Let me just play that shit. Like, no.
I get that, and I think to a certain degree, like, it depends on how much that kind of stuff does bother you. I do get that every what's it called, superhero has their own Spotify playlist that they're actually playing throughout there. But I think for sometimes it works better than it doesn't. And for the very, very few action scenes there are in this, I think that for the most part it did work out because it did get that thunderous. Because again, it felt very thunderous, like how you'd imagine like a fucking how you'd feel during a gunfight of just fucking tension and just the entire world around you is exploding, you know?
Yeah, and I mean, like I said, and Justin's right. I mean, Justin's saying that, like, yeah, but man, a lot of Marines and military I know are big into rock and metalheads, or I mean, they're big rock and metalheads. They're not, they're not just into the heads of metal.
The Marines clearly love Beach Boys. Man, I would love to see some like photos of history where the fucking Marines are out there, like some scene like from Shock and Awe in Iraq, where they're just bombing the place, and you just hear the Beach Boys in the background.
Everybody go surfing, surfing USA. Oh, there you are.
Man, that's fucked up. They got the one who died looking like Paul Walker and shit on the side. Like,
oh, that's fucked up. He's like, and he's faded away. No.
Damn.
Oh, that's fucked up. No, man, but that's fucking messed up, man. But the thing is, though, like I said, I just that music, man. I'm sorry, but anytime that shit would come on, I'm just like, of course, the guitar riff, dun, 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 dun. Like, fuck you. You know what I mean? Like, Defenders actually did this well. Defenders, like, you know what? How can we find something that incorporates everybody into this, everybody in this together? And they found Bro Step, which is kind of like trap music, a little bit of metal, a little bit of electronica, everything put together, and it fit well. Defenders, I don't even like Defenders. They did that well. Jessica Jones, honestly, I mean, it was a little weird, some of the guitar riffs and shit, and some of this stuff, but at least Jessica Jones has something that's kind of like just mute. It's like it fits. You know, Luke Cage does not fit. Every time he's on screen, I'm just like, oh man, like, this just feels racist. Like, I don't know what it is. It just feels like either it's racist or I just don't get black culture, and I don't think I'm that fucking oblivious to normal shit, you know. But, come on. You know, the music made it blaxploitation because the fucking show was definitely not supposed to be that. I don't feel like it was. But we won't get into Luke Cage.
That ending was definitely supposed to be Friday, though.
Yeah, that ending was definitely Friday. Fucking, that's a female. They just fucking going at.
You know, Ruthless. You got a good point. Like, they did a topic where he's trying to bomb one of the kids, and he's like, "Yeah, man, I like Wu-Tang too. That's some next level shit." And Ruthless like, "Man, every Marvel Netflix hero likes Wu-Tang because that's that next level shit. Who doesn't like Wu-Tang?
Fuck Wu-Tang. I don't like Wu-Tang at all, man.
Fuck you know."
Maybe one day, actually, we'll do one of these days we're gonna do a fucking music show, and I have some things to say about Kendrick Lamar that people are gonna hate because I've been hating on him for so long, and
act like we haven't talked about Kendrick Lamar and you're
it's
hating him
not
before.
a secret.
No, but people are gonna hate me more because my opinion changed a little bit. So I just want to say, if you guys still think I hate him,
They should play Anya over the Punisher, ironically.
No, they should play DNA because it's about fucking like betrayal and people not fucking.
No, they need to play
loyalty.
Taylor Swift "Shake It Off" for all the haters.
Oh Jesus Christ, you fucking asshole! They'll do that for Jessica Jones. Or Jennifer Jones, whatever the fuck Ganja thought who she was.
No, you got it right. Oh yeah. He thought it was someone else.
Man, I thought that was Spider-Woman. Shut the fuck up.
Hey, they need to do a Spider-Woman Netflix show though.
Oh my goodness, but yeah, man. All I'm saying though, we'll get to the end of the thing here, but like the biggest thing that really pissed me off is the swapping of the importance, priority-wise, of the villains. Why the fuck was the bald guy not the last death? Like,
should have been the because that death to me, that guy he was I never saw him as the villain. I always saw him as the guy doing his job until till right before he kills him. Where he's like, "I'm gonna kill." He's been like a Gary Eakin in that last scene, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kill you, Punisher.
like he's rubbing his eyes, like I'm going to kill you.
Yeah.
He's like, what the fuck's going on?
I fucking love the way Alan did that shit. No, he was like getting like sexually aroused. Like he kept like getting up close to his fucking ear, like, "Oh yes," and I'm gonna cut your fucking dick off. Gonna play with it, yeah. Like what the fuck?
God,
Oh, you talking about the CIA agent when he was torturing Frank?
Yeah,
that just came out of nowhere. And
it gets worse.
They were definitely building up to that shit. Like I get you, that motherfucker
really.
turned into a Looney Tune character for no reason halfway through that scene, but if the actor didn't take it to such an extreme, it would have played well. But I get his response. Like, this man has destroyed his career at this point. He's destroyed everything he's built. He's personally made him blind one eye at one point.
Yeah, but his character, he should just shot him in the head. Like, his character was
not how as a character he is, because they show him torturing that one innocent man in the first half of the episode, and that's just so he can get his jollies off. Like, how many times do they make a reference in there that when you torture people just for the sake of torture, it's just so someone can get their rocks off? Like, Punisher doesn't do it unless he's trying to get information, and the motherfucker's really withholding.
Yeah,
I get that, but I felt like his character, like, even though like that one scene when he's torturing, for the most part he's always stoic. Like, I need to do my job. I am a CIA agent. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. And then he goes into like Gary Eakin in the next second. It's like, no, like that character should have walked in and shot Frank in the face.
They definitely built. He was not that CIA agent. Like Billy Russo was maybe more of a character to do that to Frank, just pop him on the chair. Whereas that character built up as a sadistic bastard to the point that you see him torture the original Afghanistan cop in the first scene. Then you build up being a conniving little bastard throughout the whole point that he doesn't care if people get killed as long as it gets results. Like, he's one of those sneaky little vermin motherfuckers that you have to deal with sometimes to get into leader position. And they're the type, when they have their time to get over you or to take advantage of their power, they fucking thrive on it like pig and shit, bro.
I know, but it's not like he's
I
about to jack off
understand
his
that concept,
blood, you know?
that he was a jack off like that.
No, but one thing I want to bring up too, during that, what Alan was saying, I mean, I'm sorry to like go kind of backwards because we are moving on from this, but to go back to actually did it very well. It was pretty fun. No, but with Alan, when he was rubbing his face sexually, which turned me on quite a bit, Alan. Like, I'm gonna think about you later. But the thing is, though, you were doing that, and what made it way weird and way more uncomfortable actually was the whole thing. Sure. He's dreaming of fucking his wife while this is happening.
Not so much he's like, oh man, this guy tortured me. He's really getting my rocks off. He's going essentially to a safe place. His soldier mind. He's basically hallucinating the fuck.
Well, not that, like, he was special forces, and they train you to do that when you're being tortured, when you get to that level of degree in, like, special forces or, like, CIA level. So he would be trained to do that if he was being tortured to a point that just block it out.
No, he's delirious at that point. Like, his head's with blood. He's covered in blood. What's he gonna do? He's gonna think of the thing that makes him the happiest, which is his wife being alive.
Yeah, but it's like what frustrates me about that too, and it brings me to my last complaint about this fucking show.
Okay.
Is like Netflix is trying to do this shit like HBO did with Game of Thrones and everything they fucking do, where it's like, hey, we have the ability to say bad adult grown-up words and show big grown-up titties and dicks and the whole thing, so let's just do it. That whole thing, and I understand that it's been 5 months, and I was trying to get earlier, Ganja, with Punisher getting shot 1,000 times. Like, hey, we used to argue a lot about, like, if he should be the next Terminator. This movie, he should be the next fucking Terminator.
He is the next Terminator.
Yeah, basically.
That's the thing, like, I want to defend you, Nick. I really want to, but the problem is, like, he is so guilty of that superhero strong as fuck shit OP when they need him to be. Because there's times, like, he straight gets shot point blank, and the dude somehow gets a flesh graze. Then you have these other characters that shoot the motherfucker from millions of yards away, direct hit.
Yeah, but they also show him a lot of times when he gets hit with an arrow, where it's like he's soldiering on, but then he almost fucking dies if he didn't get medical attention. The end of the series where they beat him to a bloody pulp, and they have to do the thing that I hate the most in the entire world is jam a fucking tube into his chest, and that magically fixes all the problems. Because the first thing they teach in medical school is just cut a hole in someone's chest. That's gonna fix a collapsed lung. Like, it'll help, but you need serious medical attention. But they still always showed him, like, except for like some of that BS, they did always show him getting hurt. They did always show him getting shot. That if he didn't have his good, what was it, the good foundation of friends, he would be murdered in like an hour. He'd be dead. But because he has people like,
as opposed to little grown-up dads.
Alan, I'm sorry, Alan, but I gotta explain it to people. I'm not really like maniacs. All right, for you guys looking in the chat room, Ruthless said big grown-up titties and gave Nick Diaz a quote, and then Justin just came out with as opposed to little grown-up titties. So would that be like midgets and like little people? I mean,
Yeah.
why do I bother?
Or like little boys who are fat.
I was one of those motherfuckers. You took me back to the early 2000s, bitch. Shameful.
Oh shit! Justin, you motherfucker, you done killed me.
Oh, Ruthless got a point. How about that scene where his buddy shoots him with the arrow and somehow they drive all the way from Kentucky to New York and he doesn't die?
No, yeah, of course.
He does die because, or no, he doesn't die. What am I saying?
Yeah, it's Punisher.
Fuck all of you. I hate all of you. Okay, so Micro, because he actually has some field experience, didn't remove the arrow, but he was able to patch up enough of the wound because the arrow itself wasn't a bleeding. They were able to kind of patch up enough of the wound to immediately get him back, and he had to go get an actual medical expert to try to heal him. So it's like he was comatose by the time they got him back to the fucking bunker.
Yeah, I mean, but like the thing that frustrates me about that too is the fact that like even at the end, the second to last episode, that fucking dude is like bleeding. His throat is damn near slit. His fucking nose, his face is he got shot. He's been tortured. Up. And yeah, he's still alive. And it's like and I think it's not because they want to build the Punisher. It's because, oh man, I think Netflix said it's okay to be completely fucking gross. So how about let's make sure to spread as much blood, even more. I don't think a body can pump that much fucking blood, honestly. But like,
it depends.
But like all that, yeah, it depends if Alan gets a hold of him.
No, if you slowly bleed somebody over the course of weeks.
Yeah, but on top of that though, it's like they do this all the time with like the weird fucking cussing, the goddamn the sex scenes with Miss Boring Face. God, what a useless fucking woman. That actress.
I thought she got shot in the head at that last action scene.
Yeah, no, I thought so too. But like on top of that too, it's like the sex scenes. Right away when she first has her first sex scene, it's rough. It's up against the wall. It's like, okay, cool. Luke Cage did this, right? It's not a big deal. I mean, it makes sense. You gotta build this character. But then it's like it shows them the next morning, and he flips her over on her side. When she's laying on her side, and he's fucking her in the ass there, trying to do a reach around, and it's showing her legs moving up and down, and the she's off. I mean, I was like, dude, I want to see some balls. Like, this is fucking awful. Like, and then they fuck again in the shower. Then they fuck again on the bed again. Then they fuck again on the wall. Then they go back in the shower and he gives her a fucking scrub bath.
To the walls.
Yeah, ski. No, and then he brings the bitch. He lays the bitch inside the fucking bathtub. I thought he was gonna pull a rubber ducky. Like, are you okay? Like fucking, what the fuck?
Rubber ducky is my friend. Rubber ducky gonna be in your pants.
Rubber ducky in your mouth, you bitch. Rubber ducky gonna fuck you good. No, but
Rubber ducky quack quack.
Give me some of that butt quack.
You're about to give me some of that DuckTales.
Hey, baby, want a duck?
No, I appreciate these jokes, motherfucker.
Rubber fucky. Anyway. I love it. No. But it annoyed me because I actually really hate sex scenes in fucking movies, and then you get a show that's fucking 13 episodes, and Adrian talked about this earlier, saying like, yeah, 13 episodes is way too fucking long for this show. And Chris Brown, Mr. Bucket, put your balls in my mouth, Mr. Bucket.
Yeah, they could have edited the last. I feel like they could have edited the last 2 episodes and made this 12 episodes, and it would have been fine. But I do agree with you with the sex scenes. I also got to the point where I just started skipping them because I'm like, man, you're just gonna fuck for like a minute. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, man.
It was a kind of a waste of time, and I do agree to a certain degree, but it's like I still like that they could they don't have to pull any strings. They don't have to sit there and be like, oh well, we can't we can't have any form of quote unquote realism because we can't get away with the rating that they can. But I honestly hate sex scenes in movies. I really do. I think that they're pointless. We know they're not actually having sex. It's not titillating because most of the time you don't even show anything. So why am I watching this? I'm watching a television show, not pornography. So why are you mixing the two?
Yeah.
To me, it's just a waste of time. Like even in Game of Thrones, like they don't do it as much as they used to. But anytime they used to do it, I'd be like, skip. Okay, I get to watch the show again.
Because two flavors sometimes go great together, Alan.
Yeah, but it's like mixing. But nobody watches porn and watches the entire thing in one shot.
I do, but that's usually on a very lonely night.
No, but oh, that's fucking great. No, but I mean, to move towards on to the end here, it's just like, yeah, like those sex scenes are ridiculous. The blood scenes are ridiculous. Lots of the dialogue was a little fucking ridiculous. And for me personally, it's like, when I wanted to watch Punisher, it's like, dude, I just want to see you shoot people. That's it. You know, like, you don't have to do all the gore shit. You don't have to do the fucking metal music. You don't have to do the crazy sex scenes. You don't have to tell the story. You need to, like, dude, even there's a part 2. Oh, God, I can't believe I forgot to bring this up. But, like, he is at the house every day with his wife, and the tension is like, dude, she might as well have the dick in her mouth just talking. It's, like, ridiculous how they're always just, and her whole purpose is just so she can be like, oh, my God, Punisher is really good looking, isn't he? John Bernthal is such a hunkosaurus. Like, fucking A. Can't wait to fuck.
I get why you're mad at that, but I liked it because it was like, she's looking at him going, man, I shouldn't be feeling like I want to move on, but I'm seeing somebody that can actually be good, and to a certain degree, she's like, yeah, I kind of want to get out there, but she doesn't know how. She's scared. Like, how do you move on from your husband dying? Do you move on? Because some people might think that's cheating on your husband's legacy, you know?
No, but true. But the thing is, that's understandable if we got time with this character, like maybe 2 seasons worth, whereas like we've seen her away from her husband a lot, and we saw the chemistry beforehand, but we only seen about 10 minutes of her character at this point, and she's already running to kiss him. And I'm like, dude, like within 2 episodes, we've seen a total of 8 minutes, 10 minutes tops. And you're already ready to fucking cheat on, like, did you cheat on your husband before? Is that why he fucking shot himself? Because he didn't want to lose his money in a fucking divorce? Like, what the fuck happened? Like, it just, it's...
I don't know. I kind of like that in a sense, because it's just like, she just doesn't know. She has no idea how to really move on with her life. Like, she is kind of a wreck, and she's in a super vulnerable position. It's like the whole rebound relationship to the nth degree, because she doesn't know. She barely can raise her kids. At one point, the little shit yells, it's not like she's ever cooked a home meal. You know, because she's basically like falling apart. Like she's day drinking. She's fucking going around like, I wish there's something going on. Then this guy kind of comes in and she's like, am I allowed to be happy? And so she kind of gets drunk off that. And like, I get that. And
the plot segues are another thing too. That little kid, he was an evil little piece of shit kid. But there's no reason for him to go, you know what, this show's really starting to, kind of wrap itself up. I have an idea. Let me call the fucking cops. Like, what? Why would you do that? Like, I don't care how much of a dick you are. That would never serve that kid in a good way.
That's the thing. Kids are idiots like that, especially like if you're one of those kids that are growing up to always call the police if something's wrong, or always to look out for an authority figure if you think something's happening. Like, he's a little kid. That man doesn't know any better. Like, he knew the Punisher was coming to his house. Motherfucker kills people, kills cops. He's gonna call the cop. He's gonna call the police.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, but for me, I was like, man, like, wow, it's like this shit was about to fucking end, and it's like, oh wait, no, kid, go ahead, let's continue this and add a little fucking. We need some more stakes. It's not that the entire fucking state of New York is trying to kill the Punisher or catch him or whatever the fuck. Let's get this little kid who knows a Punisher, who knows that he's a good guy. Let's have him fuck things up.
Because the thing is, when that little shit, I like calling him a little shit because he's a little shit for most of the series. when he's dealing with the Punisher, it's like he is angry at the guy, because the guy comes in and he's just like, he's fixing all this stuff. The motherfucker's like, what the fuck are you trying to do? Replace my fucking dad? And then when the knife scene happens and Punisher fucking puts a knife to the kid's throat, and the kid just breaks down. He's like, I'm fucking angry all the time. My fucking dad's gone. And the Punisher starts throwing football because it's like, hey, I'm gonna try to bond a little bit. But then when the kid sees that, oh, this guy's a criminal, a terrorist, and he's killed people and he's a horrible person, he gets betrayed all over again, so he gets even angrier, and now it's all focused on one person. Of course he called the fucking cops. Like, I would have fucking done it. I would have been just as angry as he was.
Yeah, so I mean, I get that. I mean, and just both of you guys have explained points why I actually understand. But
I like how Chris is just going in on me right now, because I admitted I like some porns for the plot. He's like, yo, man, there's so many questions porn have to answer. Is the pizza guy working on his career? How does he get to have an hour to pay? Should he head back to work?
People are making
the Punisher. The
Punisher. Man, you joke, but that might actually be what they call it.
No, that's a great name, the Punisher.
I'm the Punisher in the Avengers 4. Attack from
Set.
She has to cheat on Micro for his name. He has a name for a reason. If y'all know what I'm saying, Micro Dick, small penis.
That man can't help his penis size, sir.
It's Microsoft.
I would kick you out of the Nick. I would kick you out of the call for this, but it would end the show.
No, we're gonna be ending that right now, anyways, people. Thank God for y'all. No, because I'm gonna just give my fucking rating, and then I'm gonna go to you guys. I'll have Ellen go before Ganja, and Ganja, since you're the most positive, you can go ahead and do whatever you want after that. But me, gotta give this show. I mean, we're gonna change our rating system to have only 3 options. So if we had that happen, I would give this a fuck it. But it really isn't all that bad because there was things I liked it. So I'm gonna give it an avoid it. Yeah, if you stream it, you're not going to be mad. If you like this shit, if you like fucking comic book shows and movies and things like that, you're going to love this fucking movie, or this TV show, whatever the fuck. But yeah, like Adrian said, it should have been 10 fucking episodes long, not 13. You can't, there's not enough story for 13 fucking episodes. And then, to be quite honest, everything I liked about The Punisher, back even in Daredevil Season 2, they have to keep undoing. Like, I don't like the fact that we have to see fucking, like, hey, what would be cool if we had the Punisher being in Law & Order fucking SVU, and he's over there like, I'm the Punisher, I'll kill all of you in the fucking courtroom. Like, I don't want to watch Matlock. I want to watch fucking Daredevil. I don't want to see Days of Our Lives. I want to see the Punisher, y'all. Like, what the fuck? So, with that said, yeah, I give it an avoid it. Okay, it's a 2 out of fucking 5 for me. And if we were down to the rating system that we're gonna be changing into soon, this is definitely a fuck it because of the lack of potential, or not the lack of, but
the waste.
The waste of potential. Thank you very much. So yeah, definitely 2 out of 5 for me. Alan, take it away, you beautiful son of a bitch, you.
It's one of those things where I'm probably the only person in this call that's actually sat through Iron Fist. So when I saw Luke Cage, I was like, man, I'm fucking disappointed. I wasn't as vitriol angry as Nick. And then when I watched Iron Fist, I was like, I can't do this anymore. So when Punisher came out, I was just like, please, just don't be as bad as Iron Fist. And then when I was watching, I was like, I'm really liking this. I'm really liking this. I'm really liking this. Then Miss Boring Face shows up. I'm like, I'm liking this less. But and then some of the actions, I'm like, it's okay. But I still loved the progression. I loved all the characters. I liked how the uneven relationship between Micro and Punisher's character was really a lot of fun. It was that typical, hey, I'm the tech guy, and then I'm the guy that does all the work. But I really enjoyed. I really actually enjoyed their chemistry and their bond and how they didn't really become friends till the last episode. They were almost like a love-hate relationship where they dealt with each other, but they hated each other. And I like that kind of shit. And especially with Billy Russo's character, he's one of my favorite characters on there. I'd give it like I would honestly just give it like a stream it, just in the sense of watch this. If you don't watch this on your own time, you don't feel the need to binge it. Don't feel the need to go out and watch it super fast. Just take your time and enjoy it because you'll enjoy the small little teas, the small things, the short moments, the moments in which they spend more time doing things just to develop the characters. I think you'll really enjoy that. This isn't something you can binge watch, but if you just watch this a couple of times a day, you'll finish this Fist and be like, I really enjoyed that. It's a very small, low-key series, and I enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah, Ganja Guru, go ahead,
Yes,
sir.
I personally think y'all are full of shit. Besides Alan, he gave it the most basic review, I think. Like, it was one of the most middle road, not too much of like, this movie sucks. Oh, this is just good. Whereas Nick, fuck you, motherfucker. This shit was way better than that. This is definitely a buy it, man. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I don't know if it's because you were very hyped from the trailer and your experience with Daredevil as a character, not Daredevil, and Punisher in Daredevil as a character, and it got you hyped for something that wasn't going to happen in the series. Because when me being a huge Punisher fan, I knew we were going to get more of a drama because that's what people have been asking for out of the Punisher series. They wanted the less of the hokey Bruce Willis type action movies that we've got in the last 2, where it's just run and gun, kill, how many blood scenes we can get, and that's the only point of the series. This is more built around the character, and as people who come back from war deal with stuff as they deal with their PTSD, or the simple fact that they feel like they can never leave the war zone because that's where they feel like they shine the most, and it was more difficult to be a regular person. And I think they really touched on that great, especially with the one character, Lewis, who, Rufus, I agree, was a fuckboy, but they touch on why he was a fuckboy. Like, he was one of those guys that got PTSD because he missed the camaraderie, the sense of guidance, the sense of purpose that he had out of the military. Because in the military, everyone has a purpose, everyone has a job. You do that job well, and you look out for your brothers. And he really was embodying that to the point is, whereas you said that Jigsaw wasn't really a soldier, they really touch on his humanity and him respecting the soldier code to some degree when they find out that Lewis had digged a foxhole out in his backyard. He really felt bad for the guy when he cut him from the team, but he knew at the end of the day, if he had him on the team for these guys who were on the mission, looking for Punisher, or they were on a real on the field mission, that guy would be at risk because he's already mentally unstable. What's going to take him to break on the field and hurt these people? So that was him coming from a soldier perspective. So I 100% got the Jigsaw character. I do think some of the stuff in the beginning was really on the nose because they were mentioning his face the whole time. They were mentioning how he was very individualistic and he was more focused on the money, which is known as the character from Jigsaw against the Punisher. And honestly, like Justin said earlier in the episode, Jigsaw is the only character that's kind of the recurring villain for Punisher because he tends to kill them all. That's kind of his gimmick. And he's one of the people that have military background who is mostly, well, sometimes he's just a regular mobster, but in the new incarnation, he's somebody that's almost on the same level as Punisher and who's trained with Punisher and knows his tactics. So he's always someone who can always somewhat avoid him or get fucked up by him to the point that he's able to get away because he knows his game. Whereas a lot of people don't know Frank Castle like he does. And they do touch on that, to the point that in one scene they have a hostage situation with the guy who works at the therapy. And Frank was already looking for Billy Russo to be at the dude's house because he knows what he was going to do. They know each other. They're friends. That's like if me and you started fighting, Nick, you're going to know what I'm going to do, and I'm going to know what you're going to do. It's just the knowledge of being each other's company, especially in this type of setting. Yeah. And I thought it was touched on well. I know you didn't like the family stuff. I really appreciated it. Again, showing the humanity of Punisher and trying to get back what he lost. And besides that, man, we can't really say buy it because there's a Netflix stream. So instead of just doing the numbers, I'm going to try to stick to it. I'm going to say buy it if you can, and it's a good bootleg to buy. But more likely, you're going to stream it because it is a high-quality stream.
Absolutely. And that's the thing. If he was giving it a rating system, just like in about here, you would give it a 5 out of 5, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, and that's the thing. People this is something that really is all that great. Where it's even though you got it for free, it's it's still amazing. You would buy it if just pretend like you never saw it before, and it's God, I really wish I could watch that again because it's so fucking good. I wish I could buy it. It's there you go. Because for me, I'm like that with a lot of things that I watch for free, and it's with Punisher, this being on Netflix, maybe this made it even less of a blow. But at the same time, it's dude, I'm really curious what they would have done if John Bernthal was doing a Punisher movie as opposed to a show. I mean, do you think they could have worked or no, Gandhi?
No, I think it was way better as a show because they were able to get more in depth with the character and have him respond to more of the regular life aspects of things. And then we couldn't have got that good storyline with the Lewis kid and him becoming basically a libertarian crazy dude and inspired by the Punisher. But we would also have ditched that fucking whack-ass storyline with what's her name? Miss Bourneface?
Miss Bourneface.
Yeah, Miss Bourneface. I skipped that shit like I did Daredevil scenes in the second season of Punisher.
Yeah, man. So I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see what the next Marvel show is going to be giving. I know Jessica Jones coming out. We didn't really talk about that tonight. Sorry, y'all.
It's a quick teaser, but it's
really
nothing.
Spider Girl. I ain't got time to fuck with it, y'all.
No, no Spider Girl.
We'll do a 30-second thing. I'll do just that second thing. It's just a quick teaser. It looks interesting. It seems like they're going to focus on her powers. That's it.
Yep. Well, there you go, folks. And speaking of, while Alan is actually talking, yo, dude, so tonight, Star Wars. Now, I try to post everything in the chat, and that really wasn't working out. So
yeah, it's not working because I think what it is I don't know if it was different. I don't know. It autocorrects on the thing, but when I go to it myself, it wants to do some other shit. It isn't working for some fucking reason, and I don't know why. Honestly, we're gonna be because I'm seeing a lot of people they want to watch the shows, and some other people want to watch the movies. It's pretty even right now, but I think we're gonna redo the vote in the Rabbit itself. So basically, what we're gonna do is we're either gonna watch some of the movies, or we're gonna watch some of the shows or non-related Star Wars stuff, anything kind of Star Wars-ish that you guys kind of vote on. And we're going to do that once we set the actual Rabbit up because it seems like we're having problems with the straw poll in the chat.
Absolutely. So, with that said, y'all, and Ganja, actually, really quick, why don't you tell the folks once again about that good old goddamn Midnight Chat Attack Facebook page, sir?
Well, boys, if you're going on to that good old boy Facebook page, we got those high quality videos that we do some good old video gamesy with me and my friend Birdman, who is from the land of the Middle East and camels. And I do appreciate his company on these streams because I think if y'all just come through here and just didn't have anything to do, y'all just want to fuck around with our page. So, to be honest with y'all, just come in there, leave some questions, send us some messages. We appreciate all that shit. So fine, y'all. And make sure to check out our video game stream every Friday at 7:30 CST. We call it the Untitled Video Game Show because we ignorant like that. And it just sounds funny. Anyways, I'm dropping the sound, guys, because I want you guys to really focus on this. When we do the after our viewing party, in order to get in there, I'm going to post it inside the comment section on YouTube, and I'm also going to be posting the link on top of the Double Toasted chat page. So be looking out for both fronts. If the video hasn't processed yet, as soon as it's processed, you will see me post the link in there. I'm the first comment usually. And not only that, like I mentioned, check out the video game show. We're not usually going to be doing hardcore gaming because we're going to be relying on Alan's computer and his internet, which is both funky and sometimes fucks with us like a weird person. And we don't got time to do that. And
Absolutely.
My computer is in the shop, and I don't know if I'm going to see that by Christmas time. So if you guys have a good 8-bit, 16-bit game or old PlayStation Classic or something that we all know is multiplayer that we can all get in on, let us know inside the MCA Facebook page because that's the page we all see. Hell, even Allie's a moderator, so she'll see the video games we'll play.
Absolutely. So with that said, y'all, man, it's so weird to by the way, Alan, I just want to say, like, I'm so used to you with the red shirt during the Flex and Chill that when I see the blue, it's like, that's very strange. Like,
Oh yeah, that doesn't work out. Usually I put the shirt on real quick, but I'm busy arguing with people in the chat.
You know what I'm going to do, actually, Alan? I'm going to, instead of blue, our new color is going to be green, so it goes with your green shirt. And the whole show is going to be called the Midnight Birdman Ally Shikazine. There we go. Perfect. Great. I love it. I love it. Now, with that said, with me making that very administrative decision, people, is that time. Ganja Guru, what are you supposed to say, man? In the 1, 2, and 3,
2, 1, attack!
Man, look at that.